Good morning. What's up, everybody? It's March 4th, 2026. But we should remember another March 4th. I think 1837. There you go. March 4th, 1837. That's when Chicago was born. There you go. Happy birthday, Chicago. There you go. It's super foggy in downtown. See that there? Buildings, huh? Look at that. Completely fogged, right? Huh? Is bad today, huh? Yeah, it's right in the middle of the road, huh?
Free Odyssey app is 3:58. Time to check in on the roads. High travel times, Neil.
Yeah, Lisa, what we know, the weather goes bad and the traffic goes bad, so the Eden's now your travel time.
Well, it's a little more people today, right? Yesterday was bad, right? Remember?
42 to Montrose. Hit the express lanes from downtown out to the Eden, save about 3 minutes. An hour drive to O'Hare and 55 minutes in. On the Eisenhower, you're an hour 17 to and from the Jane Addams Tollway. If you're outbound getting to Manheim, close to an hour just to get to that exit. On the Stevenson outbound, 48 to the Cicero Avenue exit. An hour 3 if you're headed to the Tri-State. An hour 20 out toward Bolingbrook and 355. Past that, delays continue around Joliet Road. Had a crash. It looks like everything's been cleared away now. On the Stevenson inbound, you're at 50 from 355 in. Southside Expressway, Sedan Ryan, 55 outbound, 23 minutes inbound. I-57 going out 20, about 16 either way on the Ford. Through South Lakeshore Drive, your standard delays on both sides. Same with the tollways, really nothing out of the ordinary, just driving a little bit slower because of the rain falling in spots. 80 has delays, so does 8094 in Northwest Indiana. Next report, 408 News Radio 1059 WBBM.
And as Neil mentioned, we've got rain moving into the area. Rain, drizzle, and fog on the forecast docket tonight. Also, maybe a thunderstorm. A low near 40. Right now, we've got 39 degrees. Light rain and Wheeling at 3:59.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 1059 WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio.
See, it's the Uber drivers. You see that guy? He's turning from the middle lane. You see that there? That guy right up there.
Chicago's top watchdog says she's concerned after her office's latest attempt to get more information on a high-profile city hire. Plus, the Senate begun voting on a War Powers Resolution Act connected to the conflict in the Middle East. More on that coming up from CBS News.
On Wall Street, a rebound for stocks today after some good economic data. The Dow up 238 points, the Nasdaq up 291, the S&P added 53. I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg.
I haven't read it. Inspector General said that Brandon Johnson illegally hired somebody, and he was refusing to give them the paperwork.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. In the U.S. Senate right now, lawmakers are voting on whether to rein in President Trump's war powers. CBS's Allison Keyes.
Idaho Republican Senator John Risch blasted Democrats for even thinking that President Trump doesn't have the power to unleash war in Iran.
This isn't new. This has happened 45 in the last 47 presidencies.
But Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer told the floor the last thing we need is another war in the Middle East.
One thing is crystal clear. America is at war.
Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
Americans stranded in the Middle East by the fighting with Iran are growing more frustrated in their efforts to leave. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The State Department has a line for stranded Americans to call.
If you are calling about the crisis in the Middle East, please press 1.
But many Americans
Please press
like
1.
Saudi Arabia have been frustrated.
Is that a missile button?
We were registered with the embassy before we even got here, and we knew about nothing happening until a missile was actually intercepted not far from where we were working.
The State Department's Tommy Pickett says charter flights and other options are being arranged.
We are proactively identifying as many options as we can.
But even charter flights are impacted by closed
What's
airports.
that guy doing? Minnesota plates, man. What's he doing, right? You see that guy?
We're in very good shape now.
That's the Uber with illegal plates.
But it's a great display of military strength.
Trump says Iran is a nation that was out of control and would have attacked the U.S.
We gotta watch that
Defense
guy,
Secretary
right?
Pete Hegseth says more U.S. bombers are arriving in the Middle East as the U.S. and Israel intensify the war against Iran. CBS's Aaron Navarro.
At a Pentagon briefing Wednesday, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the U.S. and Israeli air forces will soon have complete control of Iranian airspace.
It means we will fly all day, all night, day and night, finding, fixing, and finishing the missiles and defense industrial base of the Iranian military. Finding.
Now that guy too, right? You see that? They all do the same thing. You see that?
Leaders.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison here
Really
were
bad
Washington,
drivers.
D.C.
That's a
to
horrible
testify
driver
before a
there.
House
See that
Oversight
there?
Committee hearing on a social
That guy right
services
there.
fraud scandal in that state. Oversight
See
Committee
him?
Chairman Republican James Comer and Governor Walz, a Democrat, clashed over restarting payments to
It's
social
Uber.
services.
You didn't stop payments because you didn't want to rock the boat. And when fraud concerns were
I don't know what's going on here.
The
with
House
that guy.
Oversight Committee has voted to subpoena Attorney General Pam Bondi to testify as part of its ongoing
Horrible
Jeffrey
drivers.
Epstein investigation. CBS News has learned that it will be a closed-door deposition.
Better
This is CBS
watch
News.
that guy, right?
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them
Yeah,
at Jewelry
that's a
Television.
dangerous driver
New customers get $20 off purchases of $99.
It's an Uber with out-of-state plates.
Is that Uber?
Yeah, sure, that's an Uber. They're all Ubers out there. Out-of-state plates, probably don't speak English, and has a driver's license, right? Alrighty. I'll see you later. Happy hump day.
We've got temperature in the upper 30s right now at O'Hare. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up for you at 4:15. But first at 4... Well, the conflict in the Middle East continues. Security is already being increased around synagogues and other Jewish institutions in Chicago as that response to Israeli and U.S. airstrikes going on in Iran. And leaders of Jewish organizations today called on Mayor Johnson to take action on task force recommendation from Chicago's City Commission on Human Relations aimed at stopping anti-Semitic attacks. Rogers Park Alderwoman Deborah Silverstein is City Council's only Jewish member.
When any community faces a surge in hate, the city must respond swiftly and decisively. Jewish Chicagoans deserve nothing less. Chicago has always prided itself on being a city that stands up for its residents. Now is the time to prove it.
She and others accuse the mayor of not doing enough to address safety concerns from the city's Jewish community. We've asked the mayor's office for response. Well, Cook County prosecutors are dropping charges against dozens of protesters who were arrested outside Chicago's immigration detention center in Broadview last year.
21 cases were dismissed Wednesday, including charges against 15 mothers who jumped concrete barriers outside the ICE processing center last November. The women, mostly moms from Oak Park and River Forest, sat down in the street and held hands in an act of civil disobedience, saying they wanted to draw attention to federal immigration enforcement tactics here in Chicago. Now, their attorney says the cases involve no violence and no resisting. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office agrees, saying in a statement they strongly support freedom of speech protections and respects every person's constitutional right to peacefully assemble and protest. More than 100 people were arrested outside the Broadview facility this fall. Most of those cases are still pending. Glenn Marshall, News Radio 105.9 WBDM.
Too often a person's will is tucked into a cabinet or placed under a mattress, but by the time a loved one dies, their family can't find it and their final wishes aren't accurately fulfilled. A new plan in Springfield aims to give people more peace of mind about distributing their assets. WBBM's Nancy Hardy reports it goes beyond just writing the will.
The Cook County Circuit Court Clerk's Office processes between 8,000 and 10,000 wills a year. Clerk Mariana Sparopoulos is pushing a move to allow her office and others across the state to set up a depository for them. She tells us safely storing a will, however, does not mean it's valid.
The wills will still have to go through probate court. The Probate Act will still apply. A probate judge will still rule on those wills. All we're doing is providing a storage for the wills.
Legislation in Springfield would allow the clerks to charge $25 for the service. Sparopoulos says it's an affordable way to make the process easier for heirs. If approved, Illinois would follow Wisconsin, Indiana, Texas, and other states that have such systems. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Chicago's top government watchdog says her office's attempt to get information about a high-profile hire in the Johnson administration has left her with concerns.
Inspector General Deborah Witzberg says it's spelled out in the law. Her office has the authority to make sure that city departments follow rules designed to make sure hiring is fair and free of political influence. But when her office asked the city's law department for the hiring file on a new member of its team, the department said no, citing what it called the high-profile nature of the position.
It is those high-profile situations where there is the highest call for oversight.
The IG's office tried again, this time with an anonymous public records request, and investigators got the files they wanted.
If these records in fact were confidential in some way, the law department wouldn't have sent them out the door.
Witzberg says she's concerned the situation is not isolated.
This is part of a long-running pattern in the law department of obstructing independent and effective oversight.
The law department filed a response denying that it deliberately failed to comply and called the incident a chance to review its procedures. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
11-year-old girl was taken to the hospital after school on Monday after 3 of her classmates allegedly sexually assaulted her. Chicago police say it happened after school let out near the National Teachers Academy Elementary School in the 2200 block of South Federal. Officers say 3 boys approached the girl and then assaulted her before running away. Paramedics took her to Lurie Children's, but have not shared further details. Detectives continue to investigate the incident. It is 4:08 now. Time for traffic. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Weather affecting things.
All righty, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. SubX.News on the spot reporting. I hope that girl gets some help. I just heard a girl got raped. Where? That's the Chinatown School, NTLA, right? That's 22nd Street over there. It's a very bad area. They have drugs, gangs, and all of that in that area. It sounds like some classmates or some young people took advantage of a girl over there, and we hope that they all be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Right? We don't have no room for that type of activity in our society where young people are hurting each other. That's the first thing. The second thing from the news that we heard is what? Brandon Johnson obstructs the Inspector General. What's the difference between him and Trump? Skin color, maybe. That's about it. They both act the same, as you just heard, right? They refused to give the Inspector General documents, and then when they asked for it a different way, they gave the documents. So they lied. They lied to the Inspector General. That's who Brandon Johnson is. He's an obstructionist. He violates the law. He violates our rights. He steals our money. And then you heard what? They're hiring people that might be illegal, right? Illegal inside of the system. They still have Jason Lee working there, who was a Texas resident. He signed and falsified a paper that he was a Texas resident, and he's working in Chicago City Hall, which is illegal. You can't do that. So he either lies in Chicago or he lied in Texas. I don't know why he hasn't been prosecuted by the feds for voter fraud, right? Or voter ID or whatever they call it, where you falsify a document. It's kind of strange, but, that's Trump for you, right? I don't know, man. He needs to focus, that guy. I guess he's in the middle of a war right now, so.
Your next report.
There you go, man. This whole... Let me show you. Let me show you this right here. See this here? That whole building is empty right here. That whole building is empty right there. Right. There you go. So there we're at. As far as crime, it sounds like they got the air tag guys, bad guys yesterday on Taylor Street. We posted a few videos. They have different radio calls. The video might be the same, but they have different radio traffic. One is where they're chasing them in, or tracking. They don't chase, they track in Lower Wacker Drive. And then the next video, the one I just posted, is when they were running around by UIC over there in that fancy neighborhood. So
most online dating
we're gonna see what's going on today. I am gonna probably just go early, one hour about or whatever, do a little cycle, and then I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna see what's going on with the McKinley Park Chicago birthday today. Everybody knows Chicago was incorporated today on March 4th, 1837, I believe that is. So I don't even know how many years that is. 1837 minus 2026, whatever. That's a whole bunch of years. That's a lot older than I am, that's for sure. 18, that's 100, 19, I don't know what that is. Some of you guys are better in math. What's 1887 to 2026, right? You're a lot better. That's 87 is 13 and 26. That's 39, right? So it's 139 years old we are, right? It sounds like. Am I right? Double check my math there.
The email account of Judy Ogalla and forwarding emails. Their misdemeanor counts. Much has been made about motive. The Herald News reports the prosecution asserts it was done for political gain. Trainier is a Democrat. Ogalla is a Republican. The defense insists it was not criminal, but Trainier was sounding an alarm about a security flaw in the county's email system. All board members had the same generic password and had for years. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A kitchen fire in Arlington Heights at a home at one of their own. The fire officials were called to a firefighter's home while he was on duty at the time. Crews say the incident started when the family was making breakfast and a toaster over caught the fire. The Arlington Heights Fire Department says the fire was contained into the kitchen, but the home is not habitable as a result of the smoke damage. No one was injured. Still looking into that cause of that fire. A local potato chip company is going green for St. Patrick's Day.
This is Chicago's Willy Wonka golden ticket moment.
But instead of a golden ticket, founder of local style potato chips, Laura Gardner, says Chicagoans should be looking for green potato chips.
1 in 20 bags have actual green chips inside, the color of a shamrock. And if you find one of those bags with actual green chips, you are a winner. You win an instant prize redeemable on localstylechips.com and are entered to win free chips for a whole entire year.
She says those green chips can be found in bags of a new limited edition St. Patty's flavor green beer.
Those notes of hoppy flavor, really refreshing, really crisp, really bright, a little tinge of citrus. So the flavor of this chip really honors that craft beer scene here in the city.
Contest started Monday and goes through St. Patrick's Day. Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Well, unique amenity is coming to a CTA station this year.
First Ward Alderman Daniel Espada is pushing forward with plans to install the city's first self-cleaning bathroom at the Milwaukee, Ashland, and Division intersection above the Division Blue Line station. Those plans call for installation by the end of the year, despite some concerns from Wicker Park residents about the restrooms location, safety, and cleanliness.
That's for sure.
Exactly how it will function and be cleaned is unclear. Espada's office says it will not be open overnight and will have time limits for use. A statement also calls it one of the most popular proposals the office has ever seen. Andy Day, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Stay on top of the news. Sign up for WBBM.
We're going to get to some radio calls. The other thing that came up today, have you seen some of my Persepolis posts? SubX.News supports the war on Iran. We support that. We would like all the mullahs prosecuted for crimes against humanity because they killed people for political reasons. They just killed about 10 to 15,000 people just a few months ago. They've subjugated women. They've subjugated free speech. When they had the revolution back in the 70s, they killed a lot of political people, lefts and communists and right-wingers, right? They killed a lot of people, those people. So we support the war in Iran. We support that till the end. Everybody needs to be removed. Everybody that's part of that government we think should be removed. I don't think it should be one of those Venezuela things where you just pop pop a new person in there. I don't think that's doable in Iran. In Iran, we need to clean it out. I hope we don't have to put soldiers there, and we give condolences to the 6 that have lost their lives. I guess I can say this. I think it's safe to say this. I'll say this. I'll have to say it a certain way. They just say we understand what's going on there, and we also know people that have been there and are there, right?
John Furyk? Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see periods of rain and drizzle out there for tonight.
And our son was there. So we can talk about that. I guess I won't tell you where he was, what he was doing, but he was in that area a year and a half ago or so, 2 years ago now. I think he was deployed 2 years ago. So he was over there. So this is not something that's just pops out of the Cracker Jacks box, right? It's planned and it's going on. And so if it's 2 years ago or so, think about it. If it's 2 years ago this was planned, who was president? If this was 2 years ago, who was president? If it was 2 years ago, who was president? Can somebody answer that question right here? Ms. Zedor, 2 years ago, who was the president? It wasn't Trump. He's only been in office 1 year. What did I just say? That's been planned for 2 years now. You don't go to a war tonight. That's not how it works. Does everybody get what I just said on the internet? Here, SubX.News one more time. Who was president 2 years ago? Look at the planning. This didn't happen tonight. It did not happen tonight. It didn't happen last night. You can't do that kind of an operation, not even in 6 months. It takes you 6 months to get the people there, okay? I'm going to tell you that right here. This operation started long before Trump. Okay? I don't even know how to go forward with this right now, this conversation. I kind of know a little bit, just a tiny bit, okay? I can't go into too much detail, but I'm telling you, this is not, maybe Trump did pull the proverbial trigger here. Kind of get what I'm saying? But this is, you don't start a war, not even in 6 months or a year. It takes years, because not only do you have to get the troops ready to go there, and everybody knows this, right? Right? It takes 6 months to a year to train somebody. So the guys that are in there now, they were trained for almost a year. So think about it. Go backwards. Do backwards mapping on this. Backwards map this attack. Backwards map it. The bombs have to be made. The bombs that they're dropping today, you just don't have a bomb factory. You don't go to a factory and say, oh yeah, give me a bunch of bombs. We're going to drop them tomorrow. The bombs take a long time to make. So if they're dropping all these bombs, those bombs were planned to be dropped. So the bombs that are being dropped now were made 2 to 3 years ago. You get where I'm going with the backwards mapping here. Because you have to have new bombs to replace the bombs that they're dropping. You can listen to some of these military guys. If you get to a good station, they'll tell you this stuff. This didn't happen yesterday. It didn't happen under Trump. It happened long before. You have to plan these things, right? It's operational planning. You guys that are in the military know what I'm talking about. Don't be fooled by this stuff, right? It's all politics, right? So that's what I want to get straight here. And the second part of this is those guys, what I said earlier, are not no one's friends. They're not friends of democracy. They're not friends of women. They're not friends of Christians. They're not friends of the Jews. They're not friends of the left. The left that are talking about, oh, it's illegal and we can't do, they're not really left. They must be CIA or FBI agents. I just put that on one of my posts. Someone who's talking against Iran war, they're not a leftist, because that's the first people they took out. The mullahs took out the left when they took over, and there's a movie made about it, Persepolis. You look it up. I just posted the picture up there. Persepolis talks about how their family suffered. She wasn't right-wing. She wasn't Christian. They were politically active people in Iran, and that's the first people that the mullahs got rid of. In any revolution, that's what they do. They get rid of the activists. They get rid of who? They get rid of the organizers, right? They get rid of the newspapers. Why? Because then it gets rid of any opposition, whether it's right or left. It doesn't matter right or left. But in the case of the mullahs of Iran, they killed the left. They killed the communists. They killed the democracy people. They killed all of those people. They killed all of them. They killed them. They didn't imprison them. They killed them. They executed them. There was a cleaning there. That's what they did. It was a bloodbath. There's a whole history on that stuff. So that's what I want to say. So we have to be really careful on who we listen to nowadays. So a person who pretends to be a liberal or left or Democrat and says, oh, you can't do this or that. Well, here, let's go over here one more time. Here, look. I know it's a little raining. It's 4:21 p.m., but look at this. It's completely empty again. There is no one here. You can say, oh, it's rainy, it's cold. What does rain and cold have to do with a city? This is a city. Look, you're looking at it. We're abandoned here, right? There ain't no, right? There you go. It's right in front of you, right? Right, there you go. Did you see any cars out there? I might come here every day and see how many cars come here from now on, right? And see this, right? This should be packed with cars right now. That's what you should be seeing. It should all be packed. Yeah. Look it up. And talk to a military guy or a woman and ask him what's operational planning. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm sorry about that. I can't help it. That's how life goes. The culture of mediocrity. That's what we're living through, man. Lies, cheating, and whatever else people do, man. I don't know what else they do, right? We're going to go down Wacker. We're here. This is Michigan and Wacker right now. That's what you're looking at. That's what you're looking at. We'll park over here, right? And you can see there's no traffic here, right? There's zero traffic. You don't have jamming devices here in Chicago, right? I learned that years ago during the NATO protests. What's up, Isidore? Sorry it got cut off. I just posted a video about it. I don't know why it got cut off. It is what it is, and we're just gonna keep moving on. There. Yeah, I was kept going, but that's how life goes, man. I have no idea. I just made a video about it. I don't know how I'm in the middle. You know what? It's funny. The people who lie about Chicago and why it's empty, they also lie about the internet. They say, oh, there's too many buildings around. That's why you lose feed. And I'm like, wait, if you're a city and you're like a big city, why would you lose the feed? That doesn't even make sense. Because they're so used to lying, right? That's what people do nowadays. All people do now is just straight out lie, right? They just make up whatever it is to cover up for people, right? It's like we just talked, it's like we just talked about the war, right? All you have to do is do simple logic. Use your brain. See us, what do they call us? The boomers, right? Don't they call us the boomers? See, we learned mathematics, right? We learned logic. We learned all of that stuff. We learned history, right? And you learn things. Those of us who have families, you learn planning. Well, if I want to have a nice Thanksgiving, do I go buy the turkey Thursday morning, or do I buy a turkey a few days before? Do I buy my other things? If I want, look, it's like when I was talking about Valentine's Day. Remember Valentine's Day? I said, it's empty on Michigan Avenue. People say, oh, you're stupid. It's not Valentine's. I said, really? So if you want a diamond ring, you go there on Valentine's Day and buy a diamond ring? No, a diamond ring Somebody who's ever bought a diamond ring knows what it means. You got to go 2-3 times. And you got to go ahead of time. If you want a real diamond ring, not a fake one from Walmart. You kind of get where I'm going with this? Yeah, censorship. That's what I'm talking about. It's censorship. They control the internet. They control the TV. They control the news. They control all of that stuff, right? And you know, it is what it is. That's what we're living in. But in the end, it doesn't really matter because we got to keep moving on. You know what I mean? That's what I want to say here, right? If we concentrate on the negative stuff, look, let me show you this. So I'm on Wacker. That's Wabash over there, right? That's Wabash. That's Michigan Avenue. It's 4:31. We'll put the radio on, right? So you listen to the news.
Bloomberg strong economic data giving stocks.
It's 4:31.
The Dow up 238 points. The Nasdaq up 291. The S&P added 53.
You just seen me do a circle in the middle of Wacker. Look at it. Let's watch.
Well, it's been 5 days now since the joint U.S.-Israeli strike on Iran, and there's still no sign of any slowdown.
There you go.
CBS's Linda Kenyon reports on what the White House has to say today.
Thus far, Operation Epic Fury has been a resounding success.
It's 4:30.
Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
It's 4:30.
American forces have struck
Right?
more
It's
than
4:30.
targets, destroying hundreds
We're
of
on
ballistic missiles.
Upper Wacker.
Well, Secretary Leavitt's
We're on Upper Wacker here, right?
questions remain about evacuating Americans in the region.
The administration is already rapidly chartering flights free of charge and booking commercial options, which
That's Michigan Avenue right there in front of you.
While saying military aircraft will also be used. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House. For a while, we're also learning more about the FBI agents fired by Director Kash Patel last week. Many of those worked on counterintelligence, including cases regarding Iran.
A good majority of the dozen or so people that were let go over 2 days last week worked in the area of counterintelligence. Now, the squad that they worked
Look at that up there. There ain't nobody there, right? You can say
issues involving all different
whatever.
countries, but among the countries that would include, of course, would be Iran. And the timing of these firings couldn't come at a worse time, obviously, because now, you know, we are in war with Iran.
This is CBS's Sarah Lynch. Other terminated staffers included workers who handled espionage threats and had confidential informants in the Iranian community in the U.S. Well, members of Chicago's Jewish community are seeing increased security outside synagogues and other houses of worship while the conflict continues in the Middle East. It follows concerns about increased anti-Semitism during the military action.
Did you guys see me do those circles in the middle of the street? Remember, it's 4:30 right now. It's a Wednesday. It's Wednesday. A little bit of traffic here. I can't do my circles here, right?
Israel, crime and hate against incidents against the Jewish community here at home spiked.
Rebecca Weidinger from the Anti-Defamation League says the city saw a 58% increase last year.
Now we're going north on Michigan.
Rogers Park Alderwoman Deborah Silverstein is the only Jewish member of City Council.
Jewish Chicagoans make up just 3% of our population, yet they are victims of more than 1/3 of all reported hate crimes.
5 of Silverstein's City Council colleagues joined her and others to call on Mayor Johnson to take action on a task force report he received last month from the city's Commission on Human Relations.
We no longer feel safe.
And advocates accuse him of ignoring those safety concerns. We're in the Gold Coast. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
And we've asked Mayor Johnson's office for a response. Well, the Senate has just voted to reject an attempt to rein in President Trump's power to wage war in Iran. Senators voted 53-47 on a war powers resolution that would have required the White House to seek congressional approval before conducting any further military strikes on Iran. The vote comes ahead of a vote expected in the House on a similar resolution, which could come tomorrow. 4:34, we're learning more this afternoon about the dignitaries who will be in Chicago on hand to say goodbye to the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Former Presidents Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden are all expected to attend the homegoing services for Reverend Jesse Jackson on Friday.
How many circles have I done? I'm getting dizzy with all these circles.
Reverend James T. Meeks will lead the service.
I'm dizzy.
Remarks expected from Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, Congresswoman Maxine.
I'm dizzy making all these circles. I did circles on Upper Wacker. I did circles on Michigan Avenue. North and south of the river. That's pretty bad, right? What's up? What's up?
Police have revealed that Lily Brindle's body was likely under a pile of blankets in a living room chair for more than 3 years. Her body was discovered during a well-being check in an advanced state of decomposition, mummified, according to the coroner's
Mummified,
office.
baby.
Police revealed a calendar on a wall was from 2022. A bottle of Gatorade found next to the woman's body expired in March of that year. Food in the refrigerator expired earlier than that. Bills were being paid. Social Security and pension checks were being cashed.
Ooh.
The grass was being mowed. And police say money was being withdrawn from a bank account, about $130,000. A neighbor and caretaker, 59-year-old Gina English Weed, according to police, told them she found the woman dead in the chair, possibly in August of 2022. She's due in court next week. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Looks like the rain and drizzle kind of wreaking a little havoc on the roads this afternoon. We're going to check in with the weather and your traffic report, plus your low gas prices next. It's 4:36.
Don't live one more day.
I mean, that's kind of an easy case there. 2022 sounds like she died. So what is that? 4 years. So whoever cashed them checks, yeah, they should be going to prison. Now here's the thing. I mean, that's fraud. I mean, unless they killed her. I mean, and you got to find out how she died. Did they like purposely let her die? I don't know. I don't know what the charges would be there. I think it's concealing a death, right? Concealing a dead body, and then there's probably fraud, stealing those checks. That's a Fed case, ain't it? When you cash people's checks, especially Social Security checks. So I don't know, man. They need to lock those people up. See, we got all kinds of that kind of stuff happening all over. I mean, why aren't we working on these things? I mean, nowadays with electronics, I mean, you should be able to check that stuff, right? They drain their bank account and they should be in prison. And everybody else, look, we can't be responsible for our families. We all, look, I have 4 kids. They do their thing. I was a kid. I did my thing. My dad was a kid. He did his thing. So, but at certain point, if, say, this person that was cashing the checks, right, and they got a house and a car, they need to confiscate all of that stuff and throw those people out of the house, and that's it. That's it. And I'm sorry about any kids or any people involved, but yeah, you don't get to keep when your family steals, you don't get to keep that. Like, what happened to Bernie Madoff's family? What happened to Epstein? I don't think Epstein had kids. But all these criminals, like the big criminals, that stole billions and billions and billions, right? Jeffrey Epstein has all these properties all around there. I don't think they've been confiscated yet. Why do they still have that stuff? I mean, that's weird, right? Bernie Madoff, I think they kept most of that money, that his family and his kids. He had a few kids or something, I don't know. But it's kind of weird, right? And then some of these people who kill people, like this lady, one of these ladies killed somebody. Oh, that one who chopped up her neighbor on the north side. You heard about that one, right? She got $2.5 million, a lawsuit from CTA. She used a fake name for the lawsuit, first of all. And then she was running around doing stuff, and she killed and chopped up her neighbor and put her in a refrigerator. It's on the north side. She did this a couple of years ago. In the middle of this, she wins a lawsuit and gets $2.5 million while she's in prison for murder. Like, yeah, that don't sound like that's justice there. Why? And then the money is not that she sued a private person and she got ripped off with it. She sued Chicago. So here's Chicago giving money to a murderer. Imagine that. Imagine the city of Chicago, the CTA, gives money to somebody who chopped up a lady and put her in a refrigerator. Imagine that. What kind of a terroristic government we have? And that's what you hear. Did you hear the Jewish people? They said they filed a complaint, and the Commission on Human Rights, the agency. Today's video and tomorrow's article is going to be the criminality. Man, what are they doing here? Look at it. There ain't no traffic here. You see that? There's no one here. This is not traffic. Not on Wacker. This all should be packed. All 6 lanes should be packed both ways here. So think about this. The Jewish people said what today? They're not doing what we told them. And on top of what we told them, the Commission on Human Rights that protects human rights said you should be doing this, and they're still not doing it. So it's an independent government agency, the Commission on Human Rights, Chicago Commission on Human Rights, put out a report to protect Jewish people because they're getting anti-Semitic attacks. The university stuff, right? They were attacking. Imagine this. Universities allowed their own Jewish students to be attacked by pro-Gaza Hamas people. Hamas infiltrated universities. Everybody knows the Chicago Teachers Union had a direct connection to Hamas. They had a Hamas speaker talking. I don't know if it was at the union headquarters or something. And Jackson Potter was there. I think it was Jackson Potter or another guy from the union, an officer, was with this guy who was part of the, I think it was Hamas or he was Iranian. What is that? The Revolutionary Guards, IRGC, IRC. Iranian Revolutionary Guard Council, IRGC. I think he was an IRGC guy. I gotta look for the video. There's a video somewhere on Twitter. The union sponsored this event. And he was leading chants with union members, Chicago Teachers Union members, death to America. That's what he was chanting. So then the Jewish people today, you heard on the radio, said, yeah, man, they ain't protecting us. And then you heard the Inspector General say, yeah, we asked for documents about a hire, and they didn't give it to us. That's because these guys are criminals, right? The mayor is a criminal. And here's the question always, and this is what I've been saying since the migrant thing happened a few years ago. I've been doing this for a few years now. Why isn't there anybody in prison? Why is there no one in jail? Look at it. There's no one here. Look in front of us. There's no one driving. Look, the downtown is completely empty. Look, what do I always tell you guys? What do you look for? Surface parking. See all the surface parking empty? Look at this. It's got some signs there. Maybe they're doing construction, but there's a lot of surface parking empty here. So when the question arises, oh, Brandon Johnson this and this and this, it's not about Brandon Johnson. There you go. That's another story. I always like documenting all the stories. That's a closed story there, right? We're on Lake and whatever we're Lake and Wells right here. The question now becomes, why isn't he being prosecuted? And then we get to the bigger answer. It's what we talked about in the first segment, and this is what you guys missed if you're just tuning in. These Democrats are jumping up and down like bozos, right? Oh, Trump blew up people and blah, 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 blah. And we just talked about it. And all those of you who have military family members, look, there's no one here. There's no one here, right? This is completely empty, right? It's completely empty here. Look at that. There's no traffic, zero traffic. There's no traffic. This street used to be packed with people right there, right? This is what we talked about the first segment, and I'm not going to repeat myself too much, but I just want to make sure that people that are tuning in, this is what we talked about the first segment. If you think this war that we're seeing today is Trump's war, you're silly. You're silly. It takes years to get to the point where you can do an invasion. Unless it's a super emergency, they can do some quick strikes. But something this big takes years to build up. You know, how do you know? Those bombs that they're blowing up, if they blow up 1,000 bombs, they need 1,000 bombs to replace those 1,000 bombs. Those 1,000 bombs take a long time to make. So if I know I'm going to use 1,000 bombs today, I got to make those 1,000 bombs, what, a year ago? Or maybe 2 years ago. And Trump's only been in office 1 year. So if they're using this many bombs, if they're using this much logistics, what does this tell you? That this was planned multi-years ago, and it was planned most likely under Biden. And maybe that's what Kash Patel did. We just heard on the radio, he fired all these FBI agents, right? I don't want to make an excuse of what that guy does, but maybe they were compromised. Maybe Biden allowed himself to be compromised. And how do we know that? Because we have a person that's our mayor who's a terrorist, who doesn't protect Jews. He doesn't protect black people. He doesn't protect political opponents. He doesn't protect the budget. He doesn't protect police. He lies and he covers things up. All he protects is himself and the group that is in power with him, which is the People's Liberation is it a PLC committee or PLP? I forget. Party. PLP. They're part of the PLP. They're the most extreme radical. Ultra. They're not even left. They're not even left, these guys. They're not left. They're anti-American. They're anti-government. They're not left. They're not democratic. They're PLP. They're communists. They're the ultra-communists. They're the Maoist Marxists. And you got to differentiate between those two, okay? So it's like democracy. It's like Democrats. This is what I'll have to say this. Like the Democratic Party, you got environmentalists, you got PETAs, you got people who like to go to war, you like people who are conservative. There's all kinds of Democrats, right? Like there's all kinds of Republicans. Well, there's all kinds of communists. There's all kinds of them. There's millions of communists. There's like I don't know how many communists there are in the world. It might be 1 billion or 2 billion. It might be about 1 billion communists. Like Muslims. There's a couple of billion Muslims. There's 1 billion Catholics. But not all Catholics are the same. Not all Christians are the same. Not all Muslims are the same, right? So not all communists are the same. Not all socialists are the same. Not all communists are socialists. Some socialists are communists. Some communists are socialists, but they're not inclusive. So the reason I'm telling you this is this. The guys that run City Hall, and I gave you guys, talked about this before, and the reason I'm talking about this right now is because of what we heard on the radio. Brandon Johnson is controlled and in power by the most extreme, violent, anti-American group that there can be. They call for the overthrow of the American government. They call for the killing of police officers. They call for the destruction of all institutional apparatuses that promulgate capitalism and democracy. Brandon Johnson does not believe in democracy. Go look at the Chicago Teachers Union. Check how many elections they've had. And they've had elections where there was no candidates. Imagine 30,000 people that live all over the Chicago area. There's young, there's old, there's white, there's black, there's conservative, there's liberals. The Chicago Teachers Union, right? It's a big union. It's one of the bigger unions in the United States. It's one of the biggest unions in Illinois. Imagine they didn't have an election. They didn't even have an opposition party to run for an election. Why? Because they wiped it out. That's the people that are running our city right now, okay? That's enough of my talk. And the reason I said that is those 2 reports you heard on the radio. Brandon Johnson refused to give the Inspector General documents. And Brandon Johnson is refusing to protect Jewish residents, even after the Commission on Human Rights told them that they should do something to protect the Jewish people in Chicago, right? So we're going to listen to some radio calls, and that's enough of my talking about that, right? But think about the war. Think about the war. Think about how long it took. Talk to your military family and ask them, how long does it take to get ready for a deployment? This is the easiest question to ask anyone in the military. How long does it take to be deployed? How long does it take to get a battalion ready for deployment? How many years? How many do backwards mapping? How many years back, or how many front load? How do you front load that, right? You can. It's either way. It's front loading, right? If we're in the past, we'd say how many years ahead of time do we have to do this? If you're backwards mapping, meaning you're looking backwards, right? And you're going, okay, so if they invaded today, when did they have to plan on this? That's the point. Remember, and it's not only the planning, it's not only the people, it's the ammunition, it's the planes, it's the bombs. If you're exploding 1,000 bombs today, you have to have those bombs ready to be replaced. And those bombs that are replacing the ones that are bombed, they have to already be being replaced in the factories. So do you see where I'm going with this line here? It's a long time. Yeah, there you go, Ms. Zidor. You don't just go to the war. They don't just drop you off on Omaha Beach. You don't go to Okinawa like today. That's not how that works. There's acclimation. There's all kinds of stuff they do. And you know what I'm talking about. All right, listen to some radio calls. That's enough of my jibber-jabbering. Listen to some radio calls for a few minutes, and then we'll listen to 5 o'clock news there. All right, thanks for listening to me. I appreciate all you guys. Listen to some radio calls.
What's the description again there?
Oh, man, there's a car there, right? Let's listen.
Description we have is
There's something going on there.
386 boy.
And then I'm going to birthday party in my neighborhood.
Jackson, please.
09115. 09115.
383 Henry.
83 Henry.
Number 5 eastbound bus. Onwards about from Kilbourne. Bus number 8599.
09121. 09121. Alright, we're getting an assault in progress over at the Blue Line, Clark and Lake. Caller says there's a male threatening people. He's wearing a bright yellow top. No weapons seen. Do I have anybody over there? Blue Line, Clark and Lake?
That's right here. We didn't see nothing, did we?
7386 Charlie. 7386 Charlie. 7386 Charlie. 7386 Charlie, or any of my mass transit units that are over at Clark and Lake.
Assault in progress. Blue Line, Clark and Lake.
Only description we have is a bright yellow top.
Bright yellow cap.
No, it says tap, so I don't know. Sure.
Alrighty, 10-4. We'll check everything.
Alright, thanks. And do I have anybody over at Clark and Lake?
7386. You got 7836 Charlie over there. If you can't raise them, I'll call them.
Yeah, I've tried calling him a few times. I'll try again. 86 Charlie.
I'll give him a help squad.
Alright, thank you.
7387 Charlie, David.
87 Charlie and David.
Going northbound from Irving Park. Car number 3244.
09208. 09208.
Yep.
Alright, 7301 Sam, we got a little bit of a better description. Male black, wearing a reflective vest, black pants. He's supposedly on the platform threatening to kill everybody.
Alrighty, checking out.
There you go. So I'm coming home from work or school or the museum or whatever, whatever is left to do downtown, and here's a dude on the platform saying, I'm gonna kill everybody. Yeah, I don't think that's a safe thing to be happening while we're, yeah, and how did that guy get on the train? I bet he was let on the train. We got videos of that, too. Remember the video I got of the CTA workers letting people go on the train for free over there? I was there at Clark and Lake.
Garfield in the red line.
Garfield. Okay, 09232. 09232.
Alrighty.
One more time, please.
Ain't nobody down there. It's
It is
4:53.
09232. 09232.
Copy, thank you.
You're welcome.
7386 Charlie.
86 Charlie. Do me a favor over at the Blue Line, Clark and Lake. We got a few calls of an assault in progress. Supposedly there's a male black threatening to kill everybody on the platform. He's wearing a reflective vest, black pants.
10-4 squad. We'll take a check.
Threatening to kill everybody on the platform.
Alright, thank you.
There you go. Who's... What?
7397 David.
7397 David.
Yeah, street stop, Blue Line, Monroe.
Those are white drug addicts there walking.
09245. 09245.
Watch, there's a sheriff in front of me. He might give me a ticket. We gotta watch the sheriff over here. You got that? And there's a sheriff over here, man.
Station check. 47 in the red line.
These are scarecrow cars. There's nobody in these cars. They're scarecrows. Yeah, I gotta watch that sheriff, man. Those sheriffs don't play, man. I'm sure. I'm gonna see if he's a scarecrow, man.
7303.
That's a scarecrow, too. There ain't nobody in those cars. They're scarecrows.
EMS over here at Midway for detox floor.
Alright, 10-4, are you on the platform?
Overdose. That's an overdose at Midway, right?
10-4.
Man, how many circles? I'm getting dizzy with all these circles, man.
7303, got ambulance 54 headed over there.
Midway, ambulance 53, man. I'm dizzy with all these circles here, man. I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy. I better keep going straight because I'm getting dizzy. There you go, man. It's 4:56 p.m. Middle of downtown Chicago.
Do a 19 call for that disturbance. And can we get a Clark and Lake CTV check, please?
Alright, 10-4. That event number for the disturbance is going to be 09154. 09154. And your event number for the check is going to be 09284. 09284.
We got to get that event number. I'm going to pull that. He said 9 Paul. That means dismiss it. We got to get the event number and pull the records. Hold on. Let me pull over here, right?
Number for Roosevelt Bus, eastbound from Karlov. That's number 8638.
I got to get that event number, right?
7386 Charlie. 7386 Charlie, you calling us?
What's that number when you hear it?
Can you do a 19 call for that disturbance? And can we get a Clark and Lake CTV check, please?
Alright, 10-4. That event number for the disturbance is going to be 09154. 09154. And your event number for the check is going to be 09284. 09284. Do I have another unit turn?
There we go. I got him. Thanks. So the 19 Paul means it's over with. They took care of it. Nothing happened.
Number for Roosevelt Bus, eastbound from Karlov. That's number 8638.
09289. 09289. 7397 Charlie. Alright, is that 97 David that needs a transport at the Blue Line Monroe? Sorry, it was loud in the back.
Blue Line Monroe. Somebody under arrest. 4:58 p.m. March 4th, 2026. Downtown's empty.
Alright, 10-4, thanks.
7395 David.
7395 David.
Yeah, we have a stop at the Grand Red Line. Can we get a transport? We have one in custody.
Alright, one in custody. It's going to be $16.26. And yes, I will get you a transport.
7383 Frank.
83 Frank.
Thank you, one for some back in the red.
Let's listen to the news.
Delays eastbound Larkin before Briggs and Kedzie onto the tri-state. Nothing major in northwest Indiana, just a little heavier than normal on 8094.
Wow, these lights are all red all the way around. The lights are red all the way around. The lights are broken here. The lights are broken. All the lights are all red all the way around. The lights are broken right there.
This is so simple now.
The lights were broken on that street. See that?
And pop the champagne later. Cash now, more later. Now available nationwide. Start your offer at opendoor.com/radio. Profits calculated after fees and costs. Eligibility and offer price may vary. Now, Anshin Accountants and Advisors presents The Tax Minute with Yair Holtzman, partner and leader.
All the lights were red at that intersection there.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act restored full expensing of domestic research and development expenditures, allowing businesses to deduct qualifying costs immediately or choose among different tax treatments. Beginning with tax years after December 31st, 2024, special elections for small businesses can be applied retroactively. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help businesses develop a proactive tax plan, identify qualified activities and expenses, and optimize cash flow flow and tax benefits. If your business is investing in your...
It's 5 o'clock. WBBM is late.
Bloomberg World's headquarters in New York. I'm Doug Krisner. 6 p.m. on Wall Street, and in a moment or two, we'll cross
for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump can continue striking Iran. A war powers resolution, which would have slapped limits on the U.S. military campaign, has failed in the Senate. Senator Chris Coons, a Democrat from Delaware, supported the measure.
To send a clear message that taking America to war in Iran was done by President Trump without meaningfully consulting the American people or Congress.
Republican Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana.
Our founders designated the president to be commander-in-chief. I think they left it intentionally vague.
The House will vote on a similar resolution tomorrow. In a defeat for the Trump administration, a federal judge in New York has ruled that companies that paid tariffs struck down last month by the Supreme Court are due refunds. President Trump says the U.S. attack against Iran has been both necessary and successful, CBS's Linda Kenyon reports.
President Trump is proud of the operation.
We're doing very well on the war front.
Speaking at the top of a roundtable discussion on power generation for AI data centers, the president put it this way.
On a scale of 10, where would you rate it? I said about a 15.
Trump said he has no doubt the U.S. attack against Iran was fully justified.
If we didn't hit within 2 weeks, they would have had a nuclear weapon. If we didn't do the B-2 attack a number of months ago, they would have a nuclear weapon.
Adding, in his words, when crazy people have nuclear weapons, bad things happen. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Global air travel remains severely disrupted due to the war with Iran, which forced the closure of key Middle Eastern hubs. The first commercial flight from Dubai to Hong Kong since the outbreak of the conflict landed today, much to the relief of this man.
I must say, for the first time, it was very scary, especially like the first night. Of course, we were very stressful, but luckily I had my family with me.
He led the Fighting Irish to the 1988 National Championship, and today Notre Dame University has announced that Lou Holtz has died at the age of 89. Holtz told those at the 2020 Medal of...
Yeah, you can't trust them, but you gotta use them, and you gotta gauge the news. The good way to do is listen to multiple newscasts and see where it aligns and where it doesn't align. They got more resources than I do, right? I can't be in Iran, so... And I can't be watching the Senate.
Massive power outage in Cuba.
La central termoeléctrica Antonio Guiteras provocó...
A news anchor announced the outage was caused by a thermoelectric power plant. Much of the country was impacted, including Havana. Millions were left without power. Cuba's been experiencing major blackouts for years now, even before the Trump administration cut off oil shipments.
What's up, brother? You doing good? I don't know if I'll stop by today. I may have to stop by tomorrow. You like the pizza, right? Sausage, right? All right, I'll get you some. If I get a little extra time, I'll stop by, all right? Take it easy, my brother, okay? It's always good to see you, all right? Take it easy. Guy's sleeping back over there, right?
It's 5:03, Wednesday, the 4th day of March. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Lisa Fielding. We've got light rain, drizzle, and fog going on right now. Temperatures in the 30s for the most part. Low tonight around.
Remember, we used to do the migrant stuff over here, right?
As well. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 5:15. But first at 5, a group of suburban moms arrested at a Broadview immigration facility during Operation Midway Blitz won't be facing charges after all. WBBM's Glenn Marshall has our top story.
Cook County prosecutors are dropping cases against 15 mothers who jumped concrete barriers outside the ICE processing center in Broadview last November, part of 21 dismissals connected to protests at the facility. Now, the women, mostly from Oak Park and River Forest, say they planned the act of civil disobedience to draw attention to aggressive federal immigration enforcement in the Chicago area. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office says they strongly support freedom of speech protections and respect every person's constitutional right to peacefully assemble and protest. Their attorneys say the DA's office made the right call, noting none of the dismissed cases involved violence or resisting officers. More than 100 people were arrested at the Broadview facility this fall. Most of those cases remain open. Glenn Marshall, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Chicago's top government watchdog says her colleagues basically had to resort to going undercover in order to get information about hiring in one city agency. Inspector General Deborah Witzberg is talking about an attempt to review the hiring file of a staff member made inside the city's law department,
which the department initially refused to provide. Witzberg says her office eventually got the file by submitting an anonymous public records request. She says her agency, by law, has the authority to make sure city hiring is not subject to political or any other influences.
City workers are paid with taxpayer dollars. Information about how Chicago works belongs to Chicagoans, the same Chicagoans who pay their tax bills.
The law department submitted a response to the new IG report denying that it deliberately failed to comply with city rules. Well, if losing a loved one wasn't hard enough, searching for their will can sometimes create more unnecessary stress. Now, there's a proposal in Springfield that attempts to make the process easier for heirs so they don't have to go to court to sort out these things.
You just heard that case, right? But the other part that's more important, and I don't know those guys that were doing the protest, but it was funny because those ICE protesters were from what? Oak Park and River Forest. That's the liberals. And who is the prosecutor right now? Eileen Burke. Didn't she say she was going to be tough on crime? And she's not going to be tough on people from Oak Park because that's the people who elected her, right? Now how this works? Eileen Burke just dropped the anti-ICE protesters' cases. 21 of them, right? That jumped the gate. So they weren't doing civil disobedience. They admitted they jumped the gate. So they trespassed on federal property. Yet, the cases were dropped. Kind of funny, right?
About a glaring security flaw in the county's email system. All county board members had the same generic password and had for years. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
People attending services at synagogues in the Chicago area say they are seeing increased security. It's in response to rising concerns about anti-Semitic attacks after the Israeli and U.S. military operation in Iran. Leaders of Jewish organizations in Chicago say reports of anti-Jewish hate went up 58% last year. Now they're calling on Mayor Johnson to address recommendations from a task force report put out by the city's Commission on Human Relations. One of its members is Dan Goldwyn from the Jewish United Fund.
The city already has task forces addressing governmental efficiency, the city's fiscal and financial future, innovation and technology, and planning and environmental governance. Launching a task force to address surging anti-Jewish hate should not be a stretch for this mayor or this city.
Advocates say the report has been sitting on the mayor's desk for weeks without any action. Well, we've asked the mayor's office for a response. It's 5:08. Time for traffic and weather together on the 8th. The rain causes some problems, Neil.
So you're hearing, it's basically today's news is business as usual. Miss Eileen Burke, I'm tough on crime, just dropped all the cases against protesters who jumped the fence. I get it. I believe in freedom of speech and protest. I believe in assembly and all of that. But you just heard it. I knew that she was not a good person when, you know what happened? When the guys killed George Levin, that guy who got murdered in his own house. Those guys were released by Eileen Burke. You hear any prosecutions for adults when these minors kill and carjack? You hear Eileen Burke prosecuting any parents? That guy just got convicted, didn't he, in that other state? Yesterday, we got to write it up. Guy just got convicted because his kid went on a shooting spree in a school. Remember that one? It just happened yesterday. Let's look it up. Look how many people are walking here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I got another 5 coming here, 30. We're talking about the ones going that way. That way, to the train. These are the 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So we're at about 35. Got 3 more here, 38. Got 2 more, that's 40, 42. Count, keep counting. 42 people. We got 10 more there, 52. Got another 5 crossings, 57. I counted 57 people crossing the street at 5:10 p.m. that don't fill a bus. that don't feel one CTA bus in the middle of rush hour. That doesn't feel a bus. Okay? Eileen Burke is not our friend. She just released Oak Park white people, liberals, that jumped the fence. She doesn't prosecute families of these offenders that carjack, murder, and maim our citizens, right? She should be going after all those parents. Hey, I'm gonna look it up on my other phone here. Let me see this. Yeah, there ain't nobody here, man. Chill out, bro. Alright, let me check this here. Excuse me. I'll keep going like that.
Hey, we're all in the same boat. With surgery, that was never my answer.
Baseball legend Roger Clemens knows there's a better way.
Father convicted for getting his son a gun who went on a school shooting. Father convicted of getting his son a gun after a school shooting. There you go. Right there. See that there? And where was it? And was this in Georgia? Right there. Just happened. That just happened yesterday. Right there, Georgia. They just convicted the father. Why aren't we doing that here, right? Right there, that guy. Right there. Guilty for father of teenage school shooter. Right there. Why aren't we doing that in Chicago? If Eileen Burke was true to what she said, she's gonna be tough on crime, why isn't she prosecuting adults, parents of teenage killers and carjackers? Why isn't she doing that? Because she ain't tough on crime. She lied. That's why. She's not tough on crime. You just heard her. It just happened on the radio. She just let all those anti-ICE protesters go. She's not tough on crime.
We wanted it to feel like you were at your favorite craft brewery, enjoying a beer.
She says 1 in 20 of these limited edition bags contain the green chips. Those who find them will win an instant prize and will also be
heard that already, right? That's just some radio calls. That's enough. We're that's a rerun now. Let's go to radio calls, and then I'm gonna go to this birthday party in my neighborhood, right? For the city, right?
7383 Frank.
7383 Frank.
I get a number for Sir Mac in the red.
09600. 09600.
383 Charlie.
83 Charlie.
Charlie for 69 and red line.
09610. 09610.
7391 David.
91 David.
Bro, can I get a number for a street stop over here, State and Lake Red?
09622. 09622.
Units at 1934 and Citywide. We're getting on assault in progress. 2754 North Park at Starbucks for a male black wearing a red jacket, threatening staff and stealing unowned offending weapons. District 19 Zone 2 station clear. 7383 Eddie.
83 Eddie.
We're a northbound train to Roosevelt from Garfield. We're on car 5650.
09641. 09641. Unit 620 Citywide, Southern Progress 5027 North Carolina, 5027 North Carolina. At Thorpe Hospital, the first floor main building. Unruly male white patient threatening employees. Callers afraid wants to remove during escort to her vehicle. He's in the ER waiting room. The red bandana, black jacket, black jeans, light gray and white shoes on the present zone 11.
326.
7326.
3326.
Oh, 3326. How can I help you?
Call myself at 25 down at Wintra.
Alright, 24, that event number is 09071. 09071.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
7383 Adam.
83 Adam.
Could I get an event number for the red line on the south side of the street, 95th?
09683. 09683.
7386.
7386.
Stream mission from Howard South on the red line, car 5253.
09715. 09715.
996. 7383 George.
83 George.
79th, going westbound from Ashland. I need an event.
09729. 09729.
367 Red Line Roosevelt, please.
Alright, I had 2 units coming in. Who's over at the red line Roosevelt?
386 Adam.
Alright, 86 Adam, take 09739. 09739. And what other unit was coming in?
M2.
M2.
Number for South Branch, please.
09746. 09746.
7383 David.
83 David.
Red Line check 47 in the right.
09752. 09752.
Chicago Boulevard Radio, the time is 1700 hours and 4th day of March 2026. Chicago Boulevard Radio is clear.
Number 386 Frank.
86 Frank.
Can I have an event number for the red line on Howard, please?
09763. 09763.
7383 boy.
83 boy.
79th at the red line, please.
09779. 09779.
3867.
8600.
Okay, check on Chicago State red line.
09796. 09796.
2.
M2.
Number for North Branch, please.
M2 is the Marine unit.
09837. 09837.
Thank you. What unit is going on in Citywide? I got a person with a knife at 5553 South on Blackstones. Actually, 3 male teenagers. Black hoodie backpacks. One of them has on red Jordan jacket. Is breaking a car window. Has a knife and he's ready to shoot the complaint in the backyard. Second district, no 7.
Breaking into cars on Blackstone. 55th, right?
383 Charlie.
That what you said? 55th and Blackstone, right?
83 Charlie.
That's a nice neighborhood. That's University of Chicago. Let's listen to that one more. That's University of Chicago.
M2.
Number for North Branch, please.
Listen up.
09837. 09837.
Thank you. What unit is going on in Citywide? I got a person with a knife at 5553 South on Blackstones. Actually, 3 male teenagers. Black hoodie backpacks. One of them has on red Jordan jacket. Is breaking a car window. Has a knife and he's ready to shoot the complaint in the backyard. Second district, no 7.
Breaking car windows, 55th and Blackstone. A bunch of teenagers. One has a knife and threatening to shoot the caller.
83 Charlie.
Number for upper platform, 690 red.
09876. 09876.
7387 Charlie David.
87 Charlie and
Part number 7101, traveling northbound from Montrose to Blue Line.
09895. 09895. 09895.
86 voice.
86 voice.
Blue Line check. Jackson.
09904. 09904.
Thank you.
Answer 17 citywide assault in progress 4728 on Irving at the target. A caller says there's a guy in a black jogging suit threatening staff. Nothing further, don't click. 7386 Charlie.
86 Charlie.
Crossing Lake. Line check, please.
09927. 09927.
83 Adam.
83 Adam.
I have a event for North on the 95th at the red line.
09940. 09940.
7386 Frank.
86 Frank.
Prevent number for the red line at Howard, please.
09945. 09945.
But here's at Durand on that city, but I got a burglary in progress. I got 6926 South on Church here. Maisha said that somebody is breaking into her home. She just ran out the front door. It's a female wearing a gray shirt, pink pajama pants, but she didn't see anyone. She just heard them coming in and she ran out. 3rd District on that.
7386
86 Eddie.
16 check at Chicago Red Line.
We might be done. That was crime is down. So we might be even with the calls. Let me double check. Go back a minute or two.
7383 Frank.
783 Franco.
Okay, the number for Sir Mac in the red.
Zero 9998. 09998. 1921 units at 19 and citywide. We're getting assault in progress at the Brown line at the Addison stop. Says middle on the train going from car to car, gesturing as if he's going to punch passengers as he's passing by. Male black, thin, wearing a navy blue hoodie, white in his pants, possibly car number 426. CTA notified, states that they will call CC. I don't know. It's an anonymous caller, so that's all I got. 19 District Zone, the radio clear.
33867, 3301 Sam.
7301 Sam.
The service was at the Addison Brown link, right?
Yeah.
Alright. And for any updates, because it looks all good at the mezzanine and platform as of right now.
No update. 1921 is en route over there.
Right, 10-4.
Now we're up to date. We're up to date on our calls, so I hope everybody's doing all right. We'll listen to the 5:30 news because that's local. It switches then, right? the top of the hour is usually like big national stories. The 5:31 on WBBM, they usually go a little lower. I mean, lower. Local, more local. I'm sorry to say it that way. But you know what I'm talking about. So we'll listen to that. That's coming up. And I'm going to this party. There's supposed to be a birthday party for Chicago down by me. What is that? We're at 37 and Honore. There's supposed to be a little thing. That's the geographic center of the city. That's why we have it there. So maybe stop over here, see what's going on at the homeless shelter at 23rd and Halsted. See if they still have the tents going on here. All right. And then we'll cut it short for today, right? If something comes up, I'll post it or I'll go out. You know, in the old days when I started doing this with the migrants, I would just do a quick route, like an hour maybe or less, and I would actually do individual videos. I got a ton of that stuff. I don't even know how to... I get so much new news that I can't... I'd like to repost... Like, I got 3 years of videos right now of migrants and crime. And I would love to put up, like, the main parts of it, especially the migrant stuff, to show what really happened to us in this city, right?
7383 Floyd.
7383 boy.
79 set the red line, please.
10083. 10083. 7373.
Number 69 red, please.
10090. 10090.
Thanks.
I don't know what's going on here. Why there's traffic. It might be the homeless shelter in front of us, right? Multiple Twitter scanner feeds also, including the video, is from Twitter. I don't know if they're gonna have this party tonight. We'll see. We'll go up or show up. It's my neighborhood, so I support my neighborhood. It was funny. I made a crazy 5:30. I'll leave it with this. George Cardenas. He's a whatever part of the machine, whatever. I went against him and all of this stuff before in the past. It was funny. He made a comment somewhere about some stuff, and I put a comment on his page. And he's gonna like it. I said, I don't get along with you, and I didn't. There's stuff written. I've written stuff about George Cardenas. You can look it up. I said, but the ward has gone to crap, and if you were running for alderman, I'd vote for you. That's how much you change in 20 years. You know what I mean?
I'm on the line 95th Street, but south side of it.
Maybe it's because I'm getting older, right?
113.
There's our homeless guys right there. See that there? They're messing around. They're on the bicycle, right? And this is SubX.News. The local.
I'm away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBM.
It's the homeless shelter, 23rd and Austin.
5:30, good evening. I'm Lisa Fielding. Here are the top stories on News Radio WBBM. The White House standing by. U.S. strikes on Iran, saying they are a necessary show of American military strength.
This is Mike Krauser. Governor J.B. Pritzker demands more from the State Department to help Americans stranded in the Middle East in harm's way.
Chicago's top official watchdog raises new concerns about getting cooperation from city leaders to make sure government hiring is fair. I'm political editor Jeff Buckles at City Hall.
Plus, the U.S. Attorney's Office drops its case against former President Biden, accusing the unlawful use of an auto pen to issue pardons. In sports, legendary Notre Dame football coach Lou Holtz has died. In business,
I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg. Strong economic data giving stocks a pretty big boost today. The Dow up 238 points, the Nasdaq up 291, the S&P added 53.
38 degrees at 5:31. The news continues, sponsored by Busey Bank. The Trump administration is touting the success so far of the U.S. military operation against Iran. The latest now from CBS's Linda Kenyon.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says Iran doesn't have a chance against American military might.
The rogue Iranian terrorist regime is being absolutely crushed.
Secretary Leavitt says Operation Epic Fury has struck more than 2,000 targets on the ground and more than 20 Iranian ships. When asked whether the U.S.-led operation will include American boots on the ground,
I certainly will never take away military options on behalf of the President of the United States or the Commander-in-Chief.
While adding both commercial and military aircraft are working to bring home Americans in the region. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
In Illinois, Governor Pritzker pressing Secretary of State Marco Rubio to do more to help Americans and Illinoisans stranded in the Middle East, including residents from here.
The president said yesterday it all happened very quickly when asked why there were no plans to help American citizens. A statement from the State Department, accused by some lawmakers of incompetence, said it is facilitating charter flights from some countries and military aircraft and was asking airlines to send larger planes. Governor J.B. Pritzker said in a letter to Rubio there have been numerous requests from U.S. citizens, Illinois residents, seeking support to return to the U.S. He wrote Illinois citizens have expressed considerable fear for their safety, as well as serious financial and logistical challenges, and that includes people in multiple countries in the region. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
5:33, new questions about the Johnson administration's compliance with the rules designated to make sure government stays transparent and hiring stays fair.
Chicago's Inspector General's office has a lot of responsibilities. One of those is making sure the city follows rules designed to eliminate what's called patronage hiring. You know, hiring the alderman's sister's cousin. IG Deborah Witzberg says her office formally requested the hiring file of a staffer in the city's law department. She says the Corporation Council refused that request, saying the position was high profile.
Neither the law department's duty to cooperate nor OIG's statutory authority to oversee employment practices contain exceptions for high-profile situations.
Later, the IG's office filed a second anonymous request for the same information. This time, they got it.
If something walks and talks like hostility to oversight, sometimes it's just hostility to oversight.
A response from the law department denied it deliberately failed to comply, and a response from the mayor's office said it's asked the law department to review its procedures. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
Happy 189th birthday to Chicago. In honor of the celebration, the Willis Tower is launching a new program that invites special guests to pick which color to illuminate the skyline.
Skydeck Chicago's Guest Color Picker initiative lets Chicago icons choose the Willis Tower's antenna colors that will light up the sky that evening. Skydeck says the year-long program is a new way to spotlight the people and moments that make Chicago shine. The ceremonial light switch moment takes place inside Skydeck's lower-level museum, where guests can experience an antenna replica that mirrors the real Willis Tower antennas. Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It's 5:34 around the nation. Federal prosecutors with U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro's office dropping a criminal probe into whether former President Biden and his aides illegally used an auto pen to issue pardons. The probe has been dropped because prosecutors were never able to find a legal hook to be able to pursue the matter further. Not clear when the case was ended, but it represents one of several attempts to recent months by the Pirro's office to pursue cases against President Trump's political enemies. Recently, a grand jury refused to indict 6 Democratic lawmakers for making a video that urged military service members to reject unlawful orders. Millions of people in Havana are without power after a major blackout that hit the western half of Cuba today. It's the second such outage to affect Cuba's western region in the past 3 months. It comes as Cuba says it's filing terrorism charges against 6 suspects that were allegedly aboard a Florida flag speedboat involving a shootout with Cuban soldiers. Cammie McCormick has more on that.
4 of the occupants of that speedboat were killed, including an American citizen, 6 others detained, and one of them is believed to be a U.S. citizen. The Cuban government says it seized high-powered weapons and nearly 13,000 rounds of ammunition from the boat. The terrorism charges carry possible sentences of up to 30 years in prison or even the death penalty, though Cuba halted executions in 2003.
A U.S. official confirmed to CBS News that at least 1 U.S. citizen was also among those charged. Well, millions of more people than previously thought are at risk of extreme flooding.
A new study in the journal Nature says most sea level research has underestimated coastal water heights. Katharina Seeger is the study's lead author.
The measured global coastal sea level is on average 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters higher than the commonly assumed one.
Researchers determined about 90% of previous studies underestimated baseline coastal water heights by an average of 1 foot. They say the problem is due to a mismatch between the way sea and land altitudes are measured. The inaccuracies occur most often in the global south, the Pacific, and Southeast Asia. More accurate baseline heights means if seas rise by about 3 feet, as some studies predict will happen by the end of the century, water could inundate up to 37% more land, threatening between 77 million and 132 million more people. I'm Mike Hempin.
Step into the vivid world of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera when you experience the Chicago premiere of El Último Sueño de Frida y Diego. March 21st to April 4th at Lyric Opera of Chicago. Tickets at lyricopera.org.
Think green. Hi, this is Tonya Corey, owner of Green Tea Lawn Care. Now is the time to have that beautiful lawn you always wanted.
Green Tea Services.
Our environment-friendly program will give you the greenest lawn on the block. Our state-certified technicians will care for your lawn like it's their own.
So the main thing today is that the mayor's office does not comply with the inspector general, right? That's the main thing you get today. Let's hear what's on the radio calls, because we're getting back to my place, right? And we'll see if we're missing anything or there's any crime happening. We started around 5:30, so we'll put this back a few minutes and listen up, right? There we go.
83, Adam.
Could I get an event number for the red line on the south side of the street, 95th?
09683. 09683.
7386.
7386.
Transmission from Howard south on the red line, car 5253.
09715. 09715.
996. 7383 George.
83 George.
79th, going westbound from Ashland. I need an event.
09729. 09729.
367. Red line Roosevelt, please.
Alright, I had 2 units coming in. Who's over at the red line Roosevelt?
386 Adam.
Alright, 86 Adam, take 09739. 09739. And what other unit was coming in?
M2.
M2.
Number for South Branch, please.
09739.
09746. 09746.
7383 David.
83 David.
Line check 47, you're right.
We might have canceled it because it's raining, right?
09752. 09752. Chicago Boulevard Radio Dependence, 1700 hours and 14 March 2026. Chicago Boulevard Radio is clear.
So we're 40 minutes back.
7386 Frank.
So let's jack that up because we already listened to all of this.
383 Charlie.
We listened to all of this. Sorry.
7386 Charlie.
I want to catch up in case we missed something.
7383
7386 Frank.
But units at Durand on that city, I got a burglary in progress. I got 6926 South on Church here. Maisha said that somebody is breaking into
We
her
heard
home.
Maisha,
Ran
right?
out the front door. It's a female wearing a gray shirt, pink pajama pants, but she didn't see anyone. She just heard them coming in and she ran out. 3rd District on 7.
We heard that one already, right?
7386 Eddie.
1921 units at 19 and citywide we're getting a start in progress at the Brown line at the Addison stop. Says middle on train going from car to car, gesturing as if he's going to punch passengers as he
heard this.
by. Male black, thin, wearing a navy blue hoodie, white in his pants, possibly car number 426. CTA notified, states that stable call CC. I don't know. It's an anonymous caller, so that's all I got. 19th District Zone, to radio clear.
33867. 867. Roosevelt, red lane, please. 0, correction 7386 Adam.
86 Adam.
Red lane, Roosevelt, please.
10249. 10249.
386 Eddie.
86 Eddie.
CTA, check out Chicago on the red line.
10254. 10254.
Are we on time? That's it? My phone.
7383 David.
83 David.
Station check 47th and the red line.
10024. 10024.
7364.
7361.
Well, can I get a VIN number for Roosevelt and also a VIN number for Chicago, please?
Alright, Roosevelt is gonna be. Hold on. Roosevelt's 10029. 10029. And hold on. And Chicago is gonna be 10033. 10033.
7301 Sam.
7301 Sam.
The service was at the Addison Brown lane, right?
Yeah.
Alright. 7383 George.
83 George.
I did an event for 79th Street going eastbound. Up a warning.
One 10282. 10282.
4.
Putting units at point on the citywide, I'm getting a call of shots fired. I got 4-5 in direct to about 30 to 40 gunshots heard, but nothing seen. 2nd District on 7.
Charlie.
I'm sorry, Charlie, you're coming in?
7386 Charlie Squad.
86 Charlie.
Park and Lake. Check, please.
10294. 10. Alright, we're getting numerous calls about an auto accident with injury on the drive. Lakeshore Drive at 31st in the southbound lanes. A CTA bus just hit a taxi at the location.
There you go. CTA bus hit a taxi, 31st and Lakeshore Drive.
3213. 3213.
Put it on the box, please. Give me like a few minutes. I have to just get the car ready.
Okay, 10-4. Hello, Papa.
Hi, Ramona.
That's Ramona and that's Barbara. The Barbara is the Polish lady. Ramona is the dispatcher. Then there's Alex. And then there's another. I know a couple of the names here. I don't know them all, though. I think we're up to date there, right? Like I said, we don't control the crime, and we would love that there would be no crime, and we would be doing fishing videos or knitting videos or my wood recycling videos, all kinds of cool things.
All right, and also on the drive, we're getting a reckless driver, 1749 North Lakeshore Drive in the northbound lanes. Caller says there's a Pace bus driver, bus number 8597, that started yelling at her and tried to hit her car 2 times.
Oh, man, look at that. But
3215. You can go ahead and 19 all of that. And show me going to first 13.
Okay, 10-4. Thank you.
what was that there? That earlier one? Where was that bus? A hostile bus driver? Where was that?
All right, and also on the drive, we're getting a reckless driver, 1749 North Lakeshore Drive in the northbound lanes. Caller says there's a Pace bus driver, bus number 8597, that started yelling at her and tried to hit her car 2 times.
3215. You can go ahead and
Hostile hostile bus driver, Lakeshore Drive.
And show me going to first 13.
Okay, 10-4.
1749, she said, right? Caller said he tried to hit her car twice. There you go, man. Pretty wild out there, huh? Hostile bus driver, right?
83 Adam.
83 Adam.
Could I have an event number for North Red Line on 95th Street?
Of course, it's 103.
383 Charlie.
83 Charlie.
Over the platform, 69 the red line, please.
10346. 10346.
Alrighty, let's keep moving. Nick, what's up, my brother? Hey, everybody, let's congratulate Nick's stepdaughter Ruby on getting all A's. Oh, congratulations. Yay. I hope she becomes a mayor or governor or president or CEO or something and fixes everything. We need those straight A students. I just seen congratulations, Nick. That's exciting. That's some cool news right there. Straight A's. I love that. I've seen, we live by a couple of schools in our neighborhood, and they walk to the park after school to do exercise, right? Or sports. I see one of these kids walking, and I greet them all the time. And I said, I don't know what I said. Hey, have a good afternoon or whatever. He goes, oh, thank you, sir. I said, you keep going forward and you fix our country. And you know what the young kid said? He was a teenager or something like that. He goes, I will. It's great. It's good to see the future, you know. Thank you, Nick. That's so cool, man. Straight A's, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that, man. I don't have that no more. All my kids are grown, so it's exciting. That's some cool stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. It's what I told you guys the story of a student I had once. Her name was Paris Lacker. Great student, smartest student I ever had. She was a great student. I told this story a few times, and she said, Dr. Kugler, you're always helping those kids over there, and they don't come to class. They give you trouble. They don't do their work. Why do you keep doing it? And I said, well, they need extra help. And you know what Paris said? She goes, what about us good kids? That's all she said. And you know how far that happened almost 20 years ago. 20 years ago, and I still repeat that story to the exact words I say that story. And is it stepdaughter or whatever, Ruby, straight A's, you celebrate her, take her out for dinner, you show her that's what we need. That's the kind of individuals we need. And yeah, we do all the other stuff, but a straight A student, that should be celebrated, that should be uplifted. That's the kind of stuff we need. We need straight A's, we need athletes, we need carpenters, we need cooks, we need mechanics, we need AIs, we need reporters, we need all of that stuff. You know, that's great news, Nick. I appreciate it. And that's how we're going to end this program today. With a young person who got straight A's. That's what we need to do. You know, follow the rules, do the work, get smart, get rich, be a CEO, be a tycoon, whatever it may be, you know what I mean? You know, no, I'm going, there's supposed to be a birthday party for Chicago today in my neighborhood, and that's where I'm going. I don't know if they're going to have it because it's raining, but it's going to be here. I'm going to pass it by. I'll show you guys here, right? Now, there's supposed to be a birthday party here for the city. The city was born in 1834, I believe. We're going to see if they're having it here, right? I'm going to pass it by over here, right? It's over here by our Lutheran church here. I'm going to see how many people are over here, right? Now, I'll go around. I'll show you guys, right? It's right there. The party's right over here. I'll show you guys, right? Oh man, I gotta stop next time. That was a bad one there. I almost got into an accident there. That was not good. That was my fault there. I didn't stop. Whatever. Life goes on, right? Luckily, I didn't get into a car accident. I was thinking about something else. I wasn't concentrating on driving there. That was bad. I'll show you guys. There's a party here. Because this is the center of the city. It's a geographic center of the city. Right here on 31st and Honore. The center, right, of the whole Chicago. This is the center of it. And they're going to have a party here. Because March 4th, 1834, I believe, is the year that Chicago was incorporated. Means became a city or a town or whatever it became, right? Who knows, back then it was just a town maybe. It wasn't a city at that time. What? That was DuSable and all of them, right? There you go. See that there? So they're having a party right over here. So I'm at park somewhere here and partake, as they say, right? They're supposed to have food and all of that stuff. So we're going to come on. You see that? There's a bunch of stuff going on here. See that there? They're going to have a 10-gun salute and all of that stuff. The local VFW is going to be here and all of that, right? There you go. You got the school here blocking. You got the cops blocking. You see that there? So that's what they're doing tonight. So I'm going to park my car somewhere and then I'm going to come on over here, right? And I think I got a waterproof hat on or something. That's what I have, right? So that's what they're blocking good, right? The cops, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come over and check out. The older woman is here. I don't really get along with her. I knew her. I actually helped get her elected. That was my fault. And then I had a falling out when we had some stuff go on when they tried to put a migrant thing in our ward. And that's when me and her had a falling out, and that was it. But hey, you know, your neighborhood's your neighborhood. and you guys support your block. That's what I'm doing tonight, so that's why I'm cutting a little early. Thanks for tuning in, Nick. If something happens tonight, I might go out. I probably won't. We'll see, man. Look at that, man. You got an illegal plate there. You can't even see that license plate there. Pretty wild, ain't it? I never seen a license plate that disfigured. You see that there? You can't see that license plate. Pretty funny, right? You know, they do that on purpose, right, man? You got California plates. You got all kinds of plates here, man. That trap house I was talking about earlier today is right down here, man. Right here. I got stuff going back 3-4 years on these guys, man. They were dumping stolen cars on this corner here, and I called them in. And then they used them to rob people. And right there, there's a trap house right there. Right there. And they were dumping stolen cars all on this corner once, and now I know where they were at. They were over there. All they would dump stolen cars right here. I got videos on that going back 3-4 years, right? I've been doing this for a little while. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It's 5:55 p.m. I'm going to go over celebrate Chicago's birthday. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see what's going on over there at that party and say hello to people, you know, and there might be people who don't like me there, and hopefully nothing bad happens. I might do some live feeding from there. So take it easy, everybody. Appreciate you guys. I probably won't, though. It's raining. If there's something that happens that's big, I might go out. But take it easy, everybody. It's 5:56 p.m. I believe it's March 4th, 2026. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate everybody. Happy birthday, Chicago. That's where I'm going right now.
And so as many of you have seen in the past, we celebrate here because this is the geographical center of the city. So what does that mean? That means that we're a huge part of the Chicago history because of the river, because of the highways, and really because of the immigrants who have come to these areas specifically to find work and build up our city. And so in the late 1800s, we had Polish, Lithuanian families that moved here. And what's really exciting for me is meeting a lot of residents. Some residents.
Man, they got hot dogs there and everything. What do you got to drink?
And then there's somebody.
What do you got to drink here? Chocolate? Or coffee or what? Or just hot chocolate? All right, thanks.
And they moved to McKinley Park. We used to live right near Archview. And then my family were one of the first Mexican homeowners in Brighton Park. So I share all of this because I think McKinley Park is such an important place to talk about the history, the immigrant story, and how we persevere, and something to look forward to. So I want to thank Horizon, and I want to congratulate you guys as you guys have found a new home, a new high school. So I'm so proud of you guys and all the work that you guys have done in McKinley, and you guys have moved over to Bridgeport.
Space. You want a hot dog? I'm going to get a hot dog. You want a hot dog?
But I'm so happy that you guys have your own space, and so proud of you guys to be performing tonight. Again, give it up to Horizon Academy.
The line spectre.
Oh, back there. All right. Well, can I grab one of these Doritos? That's the line for the hot dogs there. Oh man, he just took my spot.
This is our modern band, Hawks Harmony. This is the first year our school has offered this course. Normally it's just been traditional band, but we've expanded it to modern band, which is guitar,
chocolate, and Doritos,
drums, and singing. So all of our students up here came into the school year as total beginners, and now they're gonna rock it out for you. So please welcome Vincent. He's going to kick off our concert singing "Birthday" by the Beatles. They say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good time. I'm glad it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yes, we're going to a party, party. Yes, we're going to a party, party. Yes, we're going to a party, party. I would like you to dance. Birthday, take a chance. Birthday, I would like you to dance. Birthday, dance. I would like you to dance. Birthday, take a chance. Birthday, I would like you to dance. Birthday, dance. They say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too, yeah. They say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good time. I'm glad it's your birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Another big round of applause for Vincent. One of the things our students learned at the start of this school year doing this is that singing in front of other people is scary. So they are doing this, but they volunteered for it. No one was forced to. So huge round of applause to all of our singers. The next song we're going to do is
Birthday
by a Chicago band. They started here in Chicago and I believe it was '89, and it became one of the defining Chicago bands from the 90s. So please welcome up Delilah, who's going to sing Luna by the Smashing Pumpkins.
I'll sing for you if you want me to. I'll give to you, and it's a chance I'll have to take, and it's a chance I'll have to break. Because I'm lazy, I
Another big round of applause for Delilah. And we're gonna end with a song that I'm sure everybody has heard, probably on TikTok or maybe Facebook. It's a song written about Chicago. So please welcome up Ava, who's going to sing End of the Beginning by Dijo. Another big round of applause for our Hawks Harmony, modern band at Horizon Science Academy, McKinley High. And thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for being here. We're so glad to be a part of the community and making music for people. So thank you again.
There you go. There's a lot of people out there. Right? We're at 37 Honore, man. We're out here doing our thing, man. Happy birthday, Chicago. That's our local band, our kids, right? That's the older woman, right? She's organizing all this, right? Let me see if I can sit down here for a second.
Check. Okay, awesome. Okay, who has the Chicago flag? Awesome. Want to see them nice and high? Let's give a round of applause to Casa Guanajuato, who bought our flags today. So from Casa Guanajuato, they have a person named Luis Alfredo. He has a voice of an angel. And you guys are going to be so happy to be able to hear him live. He's going to be singing música en español, mariachi. So I'm really excited. We're going to have Luis Alfredo. But before he begins, I want to thank Sonia's Red Hots. She's working super hard. There seems to be a line all the way around the corner, but there's free hot dogs.
Free hot dogs.
We want to thank Mariano's. They donated drinks, hot chocolate, Araceli's Bakery for the conchas. We want to thank Swaparama. They have donated the previous years to really make all of this come to life. I also want to give a shout out to Rio Photo Booth. So they come here as a donation to our Chicago celebration. So please make sure that you're taking photos. And then here is a short list of folks that I also want to thank in the planning process. It's McKinley Park Civic Association, Midwest Asian Health Association, American Family Insurance, St. Andrew's Church, Tu Casa Guanajuato, Coalition for a Better Chance, the Chinese American Community, and Chinese American Service League. So give it up for all of those organizations that made tonight possible.
Alrighty.
And without further ado, let's bring up Luis Alfredo.
Yeah, I gotta turn around and go out on your side of the table.
All right, this is all local people. McKinley Park neighborhood, 12th Ward. What's up, Principal? Hey, stranger. So every neighborhood should do one of these things, right? Celebrate what they got. Here, all the local community people donated food. They're donating their time. And there's a lot of people here. You see that there? I mean, it's raining out, and there's a lot of people here. Look at the line for the hot dogs over there, man. That's a big line over there. There you go. We're gonna listen to this next guy sing. He's supposed to be really good, right? Again, it's the celebration of Chicago's incorporation, March 4th, 1834, I believe. So do the math, right? I don't know how long that is. There you go, right? Smells good, man. If you were sitting where I'm sitting, you'd be smelling all them hot dogs, man. It smells really good out here. All right, there you go. We're gonna have this guy up here. And this community has all kinds of people in it. It's always had immigrants from the beginning. There we go, man. We're gonna listen to this guy now, right?
Un día que andaba en el campo, me encontré con el Eterno. Y me dijo que el que no cante y baile se va a ir al infierno. Como yo sé ver profundo, suelo ver la realidad. Y veo dar vueltas a este mundo y muy triste a la humanidad, que sufre, pide y llora, porque está perdida. No sabe de dónde viene, quién es y a dónde va. Marmolejo, Vargas y Villa le dijeron al buen Dios: vamos a hacerte un mariachi del cual saldrán más y más y más y más y más y más dedos, y que viva los latinos y esas banderitas arriba. ¡Que viva Chicago, sí señor! ¡Todo el Miami! no quiero verles tristes, yo quiero verles alegres. No quiero verles sufriendo, contentos, yo quiero verles. Yo no quiero que le pidan porque todo nos ha dado. Quiere que canten y bailen porque así está a nuestro lado. Pedir no es bueno, dar sí. Yo quiero que cante y baile todo aquel que cree en mí. La música viene del cielo, la canción viene del hombre, la alegría nace del pueblo. Y mariachi tiene por nombre. ¡Sí, señor! All right. Now, I want to give a shout out to every Latino community that is here, but I know Brighton Park is made up out of many communities. Do we have the Polish community here? The Asian community? All right. What about the African American community? The Latino community? Un saludo a la gente de todo América Latina, desde Argentina, Chile, Brasil, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Perú, Bolivia, Panamá, la gente bonita de Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Puerto Rico, a la gente bonita de la República Dominicana, Cuba, y si están aquí quiero escucharlos fuerte. ¡Que viva México! La música es tan divina que a la gente enferma sana. La gente cuando está sana canta, baila más cuando ama. Todo lo que hay en la vida es por causa y por efecto. Miren la naturaleza, no tiene ningún defecto. Iguales en cada hombre, en cada ser en este mundo. Nunca sufran, nunca lloren, que la vida es un segundo. ¡Eso! Y arriba México. Miren México si es lindo y México es encantador. Y todo es por sus artistas, su mariachi y su folclor. Cantando y bailando siempre hagan la paz, no hagan la guerra. Porque cantando y bailando él puso a girar la tierra. Pelear no es bueno, amar sí. La música une a los pueblos y los pueblos unen a mí. No todos tienen la suerte de nacer y de vivir. Todo aquel que cante y baile al infierno no ha de ir. Así que esta noche, ¡que viva Chicago! Let me see those flags! And I got a question because I always wonder, ¿para qué pelean tanto en tantas y tantas guerras? Si al fin y al cabo con todo un día se va a quedar la tierra. Les diré una adivinanza y a ver quién me la adivina. Aquel que me la adivina es que el mariachi le fascina. ¿Qué quiere decir mariachi? ¿Quién me lo puede decir? Quiere decir día de fiesta en la lengua otomí. La música viene del cielo, la canción viene del hombre, la alegría nace del pueblo. Y mariachi tiene por nombre. De mi tierra.
There you go, man.
Thank you so much.
The crowd's going wild out here,
Yes,
man.
sir.
It's raining, it's cold, and we're out here, man, doing our thing.
Muy honrado que
There
le
you
gusta
go.
lo mejor. Las mujeres no me faltan, ni el dinero ni el amor. Cabalgando en mi caballo por la sierra yo me voy. Las estrellas y la luna ellas me dicen dónde estoy. Ay, 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 amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Me gusta tocar guitarra, me gusta tocar el son. Mi mariachi me acompaña cuando canto mi canción. Me gusta tomar mis copas, aguardientes lo mejor. También el tequila blanco con su sal le da sabor. Ay, 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 amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Y que se oiga ese grito. Everybody!
A lot of people are. That hot dog line is way back there, man.
Me gusta tocar guitarra, me gusta tocar el son. Mi mariachi me acompaña cuando canto mi canción. Me gusta tomar mis copas, aguardientes lo mejor. También el tequila blanco con su sal le da sabor. Ay, 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 amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Ay, 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 amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Thanks so much. Gracias, gracias, gracias. Thank you.
This is a big crowd out here, man. A lot of people out here, man. Chicago's birthday. Hanging out, 37th and Honore, man. Out in the rain and the cold. Check this out, man. That's the hot dog line. See that there? A lot of people out here, man. 37th Street.
Una tarde me fui hacia extraña nación, pues lo quiso el destino. Pero mi corazón se quedó frente al mar en mi viejo San Juan. This one is for everyone that left their land, their homeland. Adiós, Borinquen querida. Adiós, mi diosa del mar. Me voy, pero un día volveré a buscar mi querer, a soñar otra vez en mi viejo San Juan. Pero el tiempo pasó y el destino burló mi terrible nostalgia. Y no pude volver al San Juan que yo amé, pedacito de patria. Mi cabello blanqueó, ya mi vida se va y la muerte me llama. Y no quiero morir alejado de ti, Puerto Rico del alma. Adiós, here this evening. Oh, this one is for
There
all,
we go. We even
all the
got
Latinos,
a
all the
Chicago
people that
flag there. Look at that big
absolutely
one
love
over there,
it.
man.
And
There you go.
this one es para todos ustedes. Dice, y arriba el mariachi.
There you go. Sit down.
Hermoso cariño, ¿se la saben? Hermoso cariño, que Dios me ha mandado a ser destinado nomás para mí. Precioso regalo, precioso regalo, del cielo ha llegado y que me ha colmado de dicha y amor. Hermoso cariño, hermoso cariño, ya estoy como niño, con nuevo juguete, contento y feliz. No puedo evitarlo y quiero gritar. Hermoso cariño que Dios ha mandado nomás para mí. Y no vuelves porque no quieres. I also want to give special thanks to the Church of St. Andrew for having me here and to everyone for making this possible. So big round of applause for everyone that made this possible. Happy birthday, Chicago! Nos dejamos hace tiempo, pero me llegó el momento de terminar. Tú tenías muchas razones, le hago caso al corazón y me muero por volver. Alright, this is a part where I love interacting. Because after I say volver, después de decir volver, I want you all to sing along as loud as you can. Volver, which means to come back. Because we're going to come back next year, right? Alright, after me. Y volver, volver. Otra vez, más fuerte. Yo sé perder, quiero volver, volver, volver. El rey. Una piedra en el camino me enseñó que mi destino era rodar y rodar. ¡La vigilia! ¡Rodar y rodar! ¡Fuerte! ¡Rodar y rodar! Después me dijo un arriero que no hay que llegar primero, pero hay que saber llegar. ¡Viva Chicago! Con dinero y sin dinero hago siempre lo que quiero y mi palabra es la ley. No tengo trono ni reina, como ni, pero sigo siendo el rey. Thank you so much, muchas gracias. Que viva Chicago. I got one more song for all of you. Una canción más. I would appreciate if everyone who's here can invite someone else next year so we can make this bigger and we can make this a bigger celebration to unite all of the Chicago people. Yeah, and thank you to this beautiful church, and thank you to all of the staff from the ward that make this possible. So big round of applause for them once again. ¿Para qué me haces llorar? ¿Que no ves cómo te quiero? ¿Para qué me haces sufrir? ¿Que no ves que más no puedo? Yo nunca había llorado, y menos de dolor, ni nunca había tomado, y menos por un amor. ¿Por qué me hace llorar y te burlas de mí? Si sabes tú muy bien que yo no sé sufrir. Yo me voy a emborrachar a no saber de mí. Que sepan que hoy tomé, que hoy me emborraché. Por ti, por Chicago. Let me see those flags. Si yo nunca había llorado, y menos de dolor, ni nunca había tomado, y menos por un amor. ¿Por qué me hace llorar y te burlas de mí? Si sabes tú muy bien que yo no sé sufrir. Yo me voy a emborrachar a no saber de mí. Que sepan todos que hoy tomé, que hoy me emborraché. Por ti. Por ti. Thank you so much. Gracias, Los Ángeles, Alfredo. See you next time. Gracias. You can follow me on social
You got
media
Chicago, man, over there, right?
I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. And let me invite you to a free concert that I'm going to have on April 12th on Epiphany Center for the Arts. It's a free concert, and I'm going to be singing with live band. So hopefully everyone can make it, and follow me on social media, Luis Alfredo Music, for more information. Thank you so much. God bless you. Y viva Chicago!
¡Que viva México! ¡Que viva Chicago! So here's my cheesy joke. Luis brought the heat, so vino the fire department. I know, that was so lame. But the fire department is here for the kids. They're gonna be here about 15 minutes. So if the kids want to check out the engine, they can head over to the fire truck. So please, si quieren ver la troca, por favor, van a estar aquí unos 15 minutos. All right, so everybody, let me see your flags. Woo! Go Chicago! Happy birthday, Chicago! So I know somebody who really loves Chicago. So much so is that he's gonna live in each neighborhood of Chicago for a month. So please give it up to Jamal Cole. And he's gonna be talking about one block, one hood, one city, and living in every neighborhood in Chicago. Thank you, Jamal.
Hey, yo, when I say my block, say my block. My block, my hood, my city, my block, my hood, my city. And listen, y'all, I love Chicago, y'all. I love Chicago. I love Chicago, man. Hey, I love Chicago so much. I want the Bears to stay in Chicago. I want the Bears to stay here because when the Bears are winning, the violence in the city goes down, y'all. When the Bears are winning, the violence in the city goes down. But more so than that, y'all, I love Chicago so much that I'm living in every community for 30 days at a time. In month 1, I was in South Shore. Then I went to Pullman. Then I went all the way to Where did I go? I've been in so many communities. I went all the way to Uptown. Then I went to Humboldt Park, Rogers Park, Portage Park, Chicago Lawn. I went to Brighton Park, and then I went to North Lawndale. I went to Hegewisch. Then I went to Chinatown. Then I went to Bridgeport, and now I'm all the way in West Ridge. And y'all, let me tell you, I've been in West Ridge for 2 days. And in the morning, I had Romanian food for breakfast. And then in the afternoon for lunch, I had Peruvian food. And at nighttime, I had Colombian food, all in the same block, y'all. That's how diverse Chicago is. Everybody always says Chicago is real segregated. What I found is that when you sit down at the kitchen table and you break bread with everybody, we all trying to raise our families the best they can. We all trying to run our small businesses the best they can. We all trying to take care of our block the best we can. So yes, there's 77 different communities, but there's only one Chicago. And there's 77 different ways for us to be proud of. And y'all make sure when you talk about your neighborhood, when somebody gives you a microphone and you talk about your neighborhood, don't only talk about the guns, the drugs, the broken families, the truancies, the dropouts, the crime. Don't always talk about that, because when you talk about that, you build a prison around your neighborhood. And I'm not talking about a prison of bars. I'm talking about a prison of systems, a prison of services, and a prison of control. And when people feel controlled, they stop looking towards their neighbors. They stop looking towards their block club captains. They stop looking towards their pastors. They stop looking towards the aldermen, and they start looking for the systems that just help them. But y'all listen, the best neighborhoods in Chicago, they do 3 things. They do 3 things. They say, hey, this is the problem in my neighborhood. They find out what the problem is. They decide how they're going to solve the problems, and they decide to work with their neighbors to solve the problems. Y'all, 3 things they do. They decide what the problems are in their block. They decide how they're going to solve the problems in their block, and they decide to work with their neighbors to solve the problems, y'all. Hey, last thing I'm going to tell y'all is something simple, y'all. It's really simple. Building a house is a lot like building a community. And just like it takes different tools to build a house, it takes different tools to build a community, because there's different ways to organize people to do things. I'll say it again, y'all, listen. Building a house is a lot like building a community. And just like it takes different tools to build a house, it takes different tools to build a community, because there's different ways to organize people to do things. And now listen, when you're building a house, if you use a hammer on a component that really took a saw, then the foundation of the house is going to be messed up. When you're building community, if you use a system on an issue that really took an association or a block club, then the foundation of the community is going to be messed up, y'all. I love Chicago because of the people. I love Chicago because of the block clubs. I love Chicago because of the food. I love Chicago because of the Bears. And I love Chicago because people like Alderman Ramirez is the truth. And y'all, thank y'all for having me. I love y'all so much, y'all. Y'all stay safe, man. Stay safe. Peace, peace, peace.
Check. Awesome, awesome. So we have Evergreen Academy. Give it up to Evergreen. Evergreen is right here in McKinley Park. And for the 6th year, they are being recognized nationally as one of the best schools. They're going to be heading to DC in the summer, and they've received the National Forum School to Watch. So please give it up to Evergreen and all their academic excellence and their musical excellence. Thank you.
There you go. There's a lot of people out here, man. Check that. They got a fire truck over there. They got a Chicago man running around here. See this? A lot of people out here, man. That's how you take care of a neighborhood right there, man. McKinley Park, 37 and Honore. We're still out here, man. 37th Street. Got the smoke coming up from
first up, we have, this is our Evergreen alumni band. So this is a group of students that graduated from Evergreen. They come back every week to come rehearse. So they're going to play a couple songs first for us. So give it up for them. This is Twisted You.
enjoyed that song. That was Black Sheep by Metric. We're really happy that you guys have us here, and we hope you enjoy this next song. Thank you. Follow us on Instagram at Twisted.
Look at that hot dog line. It's big. Look at that.
Thank you for having us. That last
all the way
was
back
called,
there. Watch.
Rosa Pastel.
Look at that. That hot dog line goes all the way back there. See that there? That's the hot dog thing. And a bunch of drinks there. Got that? This is the 12th Ward Chicago birthday party. This is the center of the city right here. The geographic center of the city is right here. There you go. Let's see what's up next. They might have some soldiers here shooting guns and all that. They do all kinds of crazy stuff in there. There you go, man. 37th Street and Honore. There's a bunch of people out there. See that there? There you go. SubX.News. Yeah, we support our community. You might not agree with each other. You might even have arguments with people, but you gotta stick together. There you go, man. Say hello to the TV. Come on, Chicago, man. What are you, Chicago, man, or what are you? There you go, man. Say hello to the audience.
Hello, Chicago.
There we we go, man. Chicago, man. We got our own superheroes down here, man. There you go. Look at that. There you go, man.
Let me get one more of you, bro.
There you go, man.
Oh, wait.
See that there, man? That's a superhero there, man.
Check, 1, 2. Wait.
There we go.
Chicago man. Not appropriate.
Here we go. See that? Look at how many people are out here. See that? It's raining. It's cold. It's night. It's 37 in Honore. This is McKinley Park. This is our neighborhood. Got that? See that there? This is St. Andrew's Church here. That's a private school. They used to be St. Andrew's School. Now it's Asian zoning. It's a private school for them. It changes. Got it? That's what Chicago's about. It changes, man. There you go. There's the free hot dogs over there, man. See that there? Every neighborhood should have one of these, huh? There you go. We're gonna see what these two girls have to sing, right? This is what SubX.News does, man. We show you what's in the neighborhood. We live feed all the time. Uh-oh, be quiet.
Evergreen Academy Middle School. We have 2 songs. We hope you enjoy.
There we go, man. Look at those nice girls. They're gonna sing a nice song. That school is right down the street. These are neighborhood kids.
Ready to learn what it means to reciprocate. And how much can I be expected to tolerate? Oh, that's everything but the plans I made themselves upstate. And you just can't call a spade a spade. I watch the moon, let it run my mood. Can't stop thinking of you. I watch you. Solo nice to know you. I'll be moving on. We started off in such a nice place. We were talking the same language. I open and I'm closing. You can send a thought of a real beating heart. You'd be holding, having trouble, owning and admit that I am hoping. I watch the moon, let it run my mood. Can't stop thinking of you. I watch you. So nice to know you. I'll be moving on, moving on. But I can't just say yes to you. Yeah, I know the truth. Like you, there always know the truth. But I can't just say yes to you. Yeah, I know the truth. I never thought we'd see it. I never could rely on you. And a few times your face came into you. I'm not into you. transitioned into our next song, I wanted to introduce this is our last and final song. We were redesignated as a schools to watch this year for the 5th time, so we're pretty proud of that. And each time this happens, we pick a song that represents our school and really represents who we are. And we're really excited about this year's song, so we hope you enjoy.
Yeah, these are students from the neighborhood school here. These kids live in the neighborhood. They're not superstars. They ain't making billions of dollars. They will one day. But they're from the neighborhood. They come here and they spend their time and they give back. Every school should do this. Every neighborhood should do this. Every block should do this. This is how you rebuild your city, one block at a time. Stick together. Look at that, man. There's a lot of people out here, man. See that there? There's a ton of people. Look at that. There's a whole bunch of people out there. See that there? That's the hot dogs over there, man. There's a big line. It goes all the way back there. I mean, I can't even count this high how many people are out here, man. All neighborhood people, all local. Food's donated locally. The local areas donate their time. You can go into the church if you need to use the bathroom tonight. The fire department's here. The police department's here. The senior center is here. Everybody's here. We got the American Legion here. Uh-oh. I think they're going to play some rock and roll or something. If you're wondering what this is the Chicago's birthday. March 4th, 1834, I believe, or 1837. I don't know which one it is. Oh, it's 34, 37. Chicago was incorporated, and this is the day we do this celebration here. The reason we do it here on this corner is this is the geographic center of the city. 37 and Honore, right here. The geographic center. That means of the whole city, this is the middle of it. State and Madison might be 0-0 according to the numbers, but geographically, this is the center. Numerically, State and Madison is the center. Everybody knows how to do that. I'll talk about that one day.
It's only in your head you feel left out. I look down on. Try your best. Try everything you can. And don't you worry what they tell themselves. And you're away. It just takes some time. It'll break. It'll not feel right. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright.
Got people dancing around here and everything. See that?
You know you're doing better on your own, so don't buy it. Live right now. Let's be yourself. It doesn't matter if you're good for someone else. It just takes some time. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. It just takes some time. Little bit in the middle of the
Crowd goes wild. Look at that. Crowd goes wild out there, man. It's actually got bigger. The crowd's gotten bigger. It's colder and darker, and it's gotten bigger. That's wild there, man. And they might have to do one more, I think. Everybody wants them to sing one more. There we go. They might do an encore here. Crowd's gotten bigger. Look at that, man. See that there? So when we got here, it wasn't that many people. So we've been here, what, an hour or two? I can't even keep track of that much time. Look at that, the crowd's gotten bigger. There's a big line for the hot dog line goes all the way back there. And the hot dogs are right over there. You see that there? They got hot dogs, drinks, hot chocolate, all kinds of stuff there. 37 and Honore, McKinley Park. Come get some. I don't know if they're going to play one more time.
Hello. All right, thank you very much to Horizon Bands.
Oh, that's the Horizon Band. Horizon.
Oh, Evergreen. Sorry.
Evergreen Band. Yeah. Evergreen is down the street. Horizon's down the street.
My name is Adam Gowell. I'm the pastor of St. Andrew Lutheran Church here. Hi, everybody.
All right, there we go. We even got a priest over here, man.
This will work better?
I got to watch out what I say, man. God's in the house.
We're so glad to have everybody here out at the Geographic Center. Out at the Geographic Center of the greatest city in the world. All right, very soon we're going to have the color guard and the gun salute from the William McKinley American Legion Post. And before we do that, I'll open with a prayer. So we're a Christian church here. We pray to the triune God of the Bible. I don't expect you to pray along, but you're welcome to if you like to. So we pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for all the blessings that you give to us as residents of Chicago. We ask for your blessing on our city. We pray that you would bless us with peace and safety and prosperity. We ask that you would bless the government leaders and give them wisdom as they lead this city. We pray for your blessing on our police officers and firefighters, EMTs, all first responders, everyone who puts their life on the line for our safety and security in the city. And we also ask for your special blessing on the armed forces of our country, wherever they may be around the world. Keep them safe and be with their families. Bless us the rest of this evening. We ask all this in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
All right, now, gentlemen from the American Legion Post, please.
What's up, brother? Good seeing you, man. Man, those hot dogs smell good. I had to get one, but that line is so long, man. There's like 1 billion people.
Hello, everybody, and happy birthday to Chicago.
The hot dog line is over there. Hey, Pat. That's the American Legion.
I'm the commander of American Legion Post 231 and 35th and Damon. Been the commander since 2021. We're involved with the community, all the young people, the seniors, the needy, and the veterans. So anytime you guys want to stop by and see us, we're there.
They're going to do a gun salute over there.
We got a ceremony for first responders and the veterans who gave their life away for keeping us safe. So before
they're going to shoot over there.
For every ceremony, we do say the Pledge of Allegiance. So please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Uncover. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Proceed.
They're gonna do a gun salute over there. I don't know how many times they're gonna shoot. They're shooting over there, right? See that there? And salute. They don't fool around down in his neighborhood. This is a bad neighborhood to do things in. If you think you're a crook, that's all I gotta say.
Order! Halt! Alert! Halt! Target! Hey! Alert! Halt!
All right, thank you, everybody. That concludes our ceremony. God bless you all. Happy birthday to the city of Chicago and McKinley Park.
That's the older woman there. 12th Ward Alderman, Julio Ramirez.
Okay, everybody, as we look to conclude, we're going to be singing Happy Birthday in 5 languages. And we have a lot of cake. So we want to make sure that you guys stick around, sing Happy Birthday, learn a new language, and then we're going to be having cake if you guys want to start forming a line here on this side. We're going to bring back Luis, that's going to be singing
hot dogs there.
So happy
got
birthday
carnitas
in Spanish to the city of Chicago.
They got cake
Gracias,
over
Luis.
there. There we go. There's the mariachi guy, man. He's got a good voice.
Ok, vamos a cantar las mañanitas. Let's all sing las mañanitas to our beautiful city of Chicago. Y si saben la letra, acompáñenme a cantar. Estas son las mañanitas que cantaba el rey David. Hoy por ser tu cumpleaños te las cantamos aquí. Despierta, Chicago, despierta, mira que ya amaneció. Ya los pajarillos cantan, la luna ya se metió. Qué linda está la mañana en que vengo a saludarte. Venimos todos con gusto y placer a felicitarte. Ya viene amaneciendo, ya la luz del día nos dio. Levántate ya, Chicago, mira que ya amaneció. Happy birthday, Chicago. Felicidades. Thank you.
Amazing, gracias, Luis. Next, we are going to be singing Happy Birthday in Mandarin. So I welcome the director, Grace Chen of Coalition for a Better Chinese American Community. They will be singing it in Cantonese. That's right.
Awesome. Thank you, Grace.
Now we got a big Asian community here. There you go. See that? There's the ladies, right?
Hello everyone, this is our third year leading Happy Birthday in Cantonese. Anybody that knows Happy Birthday in Cantonese can feel free to sing with us.
Man, look at
if
there's
you
a lot of
don't
Asian
know
ladies
it,
there.
just
Look at that.
enjoy.
There's gonna be a good
we
song
represent
here.
Coalition for a Better Chinese American Community, which is an organization that leads policy advocacy and community planning in Chinatown. Thank you. Okay.
Ready?
Stop. Okay.
恭祝你福壽與天齊，希望你生辰快樂，年年都有今日，歲歲都有今朝，恭喜你，恭喜你！恭祝你福壽與天齊，慶賀你生辰快樂。
Chicago, man.
年年都有今日，歲歲都有今朝，恭喜你，恭喜你！ 恭祝你福壽與天齊，慶賀你生辰快樂，年年都有今日，歲歲都有今朝，恭喜你，恭喜你！ 恭祝你福壽與天齊，慶賀你生辰快樂，年年都有今日，歲歲都有今朝，恭喜你，恭喜你！恭祝你福壽與天齊，慶賀你生辰快樂。 年年都有今日，歲歲都有今朝，恭喜你，恭喜你！
So we wish you have age as old as evergreen trees, and that your blessings will be as deep as the sea and as high as the mountains.
恭祝你福壽與天齊，慶賀你生辰快樂，年年都有今日，歲歲都有今朝，恭喜你，恭喜你！
Thank you, thank you.
The crowd goes wild. See that?
Happy birthday.
There we go. See that? Got the nice Asian ladies, right? Singing a good song there. Let's see what another language.
Everybody give it up. Thank you so much. What a beautiful event to have our young people, our elders, an opportunity for us to celebrate in all the different languages that our neighbors speak here in McKinley Park. I want to welcome one of our bakeries. We have Christopher's Bakery here today with this beautiful cake.
Look at that cake,
with the Chicago flag.
189 years old.
189.
All
And then
right.
I want to welcome Dan Pogo. So as we light the candles, Dan is going to be singing in Polish.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Polish is not a language that's known for being very easy, is it, right? All those
The good news, the Polish happy birthday song is very, very easy. Probably the most easy words in the Polish language. 95% of the song is this. 100 lat, 100 lat, niech żyje, żyje nam. Which literally means, it's not saying happy birthday, you're saying 100 years, 100 years. May they live 100 years. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to start singing. Feel free if you want to go say 100 lat along with me. 100 lat, 100 lat, niech żyje, żyje nam. 100 lat, 100 lat, niech żyje, żyje nam. Jeszcze raz, niech żyje, żyje nam. Niech żyje nam. 100 lat, niech żyje nam Chicago!
There we go. We gotta get a lighter for that cake, man.
So please give it up to Christopher's Bakery, who donated a cake today. We also have cake from Cariño Bakery as well. I don't know if Maria's here. But thank you, Maria, for the cake. And then also Horizon Academy also donated cake for us today. So now actually, Adam, now that you're here, Adam is going to be singing Happy Birthday in Mandarin.
All right, if anybody knows Mandarin Chinese, 如果你会说普通话，请你跟我一起唱。
We got a ton of
祝你
languages.
生日快乐，我们就4次重复，好吧？大家一起唱。祝你生日快乐，祝你生日快乐，祝你生日快乐，祝你生日快乐。Happy birthday, Chicago!
There's the cake, man.
Okay, this final one, I hope I get to hear everyone sing. It's in English. So if I can have Jamal Cole and the Civic Association come up, they're going to be leading us in English. And then before we conclude, I want to really thank the McKinley Park News. Justin, thank you so much. So please, round of applause for Justin, for St. Andrew's Civic Association, for my team at the 12th Ward Office, Selena Villanueva's office, and Alma Anaya. And then please give it up, CPD was here, 9th District.
Where's
and
that
then,
from,
as
over
you guys
there?
seen, yes, thank you, CPD.
What kind is it?
And the fire truck as
Look
well.
at that cake. Show that cake to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that cake there, man. There you go.
Hello, everyone.
That's
I'm
some
Chris
good cake there.
I'm president of the McKinley Park Civic Association.
You want to say hello to everybody?
If you haven't heard
All right,
about
she's not
us,
saying
we've
hello.
been
But look at
around
that cake.
since
There you go, man. Watch
1968.
out there. That's
We've been
delicious.
part of the McKinley Park community. So let's kick off this event and let's
I gotta give me a hot dog later.
Oh yeah, all the
hot dogs are gone.
English.
Where are you guys from? Evergreen?
So let's begin here.
Yeah.
That's a good school.
Happy
That's a good school.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Chicago. Happy birthday to you.
And there we go. We got. Is it your all right, everybody tell her happy birthday there, man. There you go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, man, look at that cake. Look at that. Oh, man. Yeah, you're going to be all over the news. You're going to become TikTok and all of that.
Oh, yeah, let me see.
This ain't TikTok. It's old man stuff. Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Who you all got on that?
Oh, just a few people, not too many.
For being here, for all our young people, Evergreen, Horizon,
there we go.
Alfredo, for everybody providing all the 5 languages, and happy birthday. So please, I hope that you guys can enjoy some hot chocolate, some hot dogs. Oh, and somebody lost their debit card. So if you lost a Visa Chase debit card, please come see me. Thank you guys so much. Please, round of applause. Thank you so much for being here for our 3rd annual Chicago birthday party. Thank you.
There you go, man.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Let me give you a tour of what's going on. All right, take it easy, ladies. Let me show you. I got to eat my Doritos here, right? Let me show you around a little bit. Look at that. You got the line for the hot dogs. It's huge over there.
Now this could only happen to a guy like me, and only happen in a town like this.
Let me show you around a little bit. There you go, right?
I say to each of you,
Why don't you stand right in front of that sign there? There you go. That's a perfect picture there. Look at that. I think that's Frank Sinatra's cousin right there, man. There you go, man. Look at that. There you go. There you go. Look at that cake there, man. Look at that. Look at that cake there. Look at that. There you go, man. That's the mariachi guy, man. There you go. Why don't you say your name on the TV there, how they can get a hold of you?
This is Luis Alfredo. You can follow me on social media, Luis Alfredo Music. And it was a pleasure singing for the Chicago birthday party.
All right, thanks a lot. You got a great voice, my brother. Thank you. There you go, man. Let me show you around here. Right, that's the cake stand right there. I don't know what they got here. They got pictures over here. See that there? Free photos or something like that in there. I don't know what that's about. And they got the 12th Ward office over there. Got the police guard in this place. You see that there? We're at 37 and Honore. You see that there? There you go. They got that there. Got Teresa Ma's office over there. Let me throw a bunch of stuff in my hand here. Let me get rid of this stuff. That's the McKinley Park Development Council there, right? You got Teresa Ma's office there. That's insurance there. They even got tables if you want to sit down and eat and relax. McKinley Park News. There we go. There's Justin there. This is the hot dog line here. I'm gonna be shutting this down. I'm gonna have to stand in line to get me a hot dog, I think. And there, look at that. That hot dog line never went down yet, has it? There you go. See that? Let me show you that. That's where the priest lives, right there. Nice house. See there? There you go. It's a long line for hot dogs. See that there? There you go. SubX.News. Down here in 37 Honore, celebrating the birthday of Chicago. There you go. Get out, get some. We're about done for tonight. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good night. There we go. We're gonna get our free hot dog here on Happy Birthday Day. Why don't you give me one? Oh man, look at that. There's smoke coming out of there, man. Yeah, everything you got there. Where are we at? Do a little promo. How do they find your place?
Oh, I am going to be starting on April 4th. I'll be at Honore Park.
Where's that at?
It's in Bedford. I think it's
Is that Chicago or what?
Yep, Chicago.
You sure?
Yep.
How do people get a hold of you? They want you at an event.
Yeah, you can contact my social media on Facebook and
Right.
Instagram on Sonia's Red Hats.
Sonia Red Hots,
Yes.
right there. Come on and get one.
Thank
there.
you.
There you go, man. See that? Yum, yum. There you go, man. Look at that. See that? That's what she made here outside, out on the street. Can't get one better than that anywhere in the city. There you go.